Evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on this live. Myself and Mark are here, as you can see. We are going to be having a look at OTT Wolverhampton Scrappermania. Myself and Mark, I don't think Mark has seen it yet, have you?
Nope, haven't seen it yet. Nope, fresh eyes on this now.
Brilliant. That's exactly what I wanted. So we were thinking about doing this yesterday. Just things just didn't line up, so we said that we'd jump on today. Strike while the iron's hot as well. It only came out yesterday, and then obviously we have Dublin and Belfast are going to be dropped over the next few days, so that's going to be a bit chaotic to keep up with all that kind of stuff. So we aren't going to be streaming the actual show on this stream, because obviously it's OTTs. They want your support. Go and subscribe to them. $8 a month, or you can sign up for the year. So I suggest you have a second screen, or have us on a second screen, or maybe have the show on your TV, us on your phone, or even just the audio or something, so you can listen in. What I usually do when I'm doing them is I have the show on the TV and I have this YouTube whatever on my phone, and I can type into the chat and stuff on my phone. So if you guys just want to take a couple of seconds there, get your stream ready, set it to 0. I will do a countdown on the way in. Myself and Mark are here all ready to go. While we wait for you to do that, I'll give you a minute or so. Mark, weekend was fucking mental, wasn't it?
Insane, yeah, unbelievable. Unfortunately enough, I wasn't able to travel to the Belfast or Wolves show, so again, it's kind of cool to be having fresh eyes in this on a kind of hindsight basis. But no, it was insane. Like, for 4 nights in a row, including the comedy show, to have 4 sold out audiences, and you to compare it to the size of the audiences of what are being done in modern televised shows as well. Like, you look at like AEW or TNA, like TNA can barely get 2,000 people for a pay-per-view, whereas OTT are doing it on a quarterly basis. Not only that, they're doing 1,000 in Wolves, they're doing 2,200 in Dublin, then they're doing another 500 in Belfast, and doing whatever the capacity was in Lost Lane. And that's serious interest and investment from fans and a serious following. And on top of that, you're doing kind of meet and greets and whatnot. So it's a full run operation at this stage. Incredibly, it was very well professionally run as well. It was something I was conscious of attendance. I was obviously fortunate enough not to be, or fortunate enough to be in front row rather. I was very conscious of not looking at my phone for the whole thing. I really wanted to kind of take it in the atmosphere, because it felt very much like the eye of the storm from kind of the atmosphere and the fans. With that kind of earlier start time, it seemed to have a lot more energy in the room, rather than like a 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. start time where just people can be exhausted by the end. It seemed to all kind of build lovely from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It was excellent. It was a show where about halfway through, I was like, why the fuck did I play rugby for 10, 15 years, and why did I do it?
Why didn't
Genuinely,
I
I was
do
like,
this? Like,
yeah,
yeah.
no, and full-heartedly, like I was standing, like, there's a few videos that are going around online, and I'm like standing there with my arms crossed, or like just kind of clapping quietly, and I'm not like banging the ring. It's just I'm
There's
trying to
one
take
where
it.
you're like this,
Yeah, and I'm just
like
like,
kind of like in awe and shock of
yeah,
like,
but
yeah,
I wasn't like people. Somebody said like, "Oh, you're upset Barry won." I was like, wasn't upset Barry won. I was delighted Barry won. I was just
yeah,
more like, "What? This is
the
unbelievable."
moment and the
It's
spectacle
not
and
like
the, yeah,
everything
yeah,
around it. It's just incredible. Like, this is what you love. This is wrestling. And it was throughout the show the same. Yeah, I was like, geez, why did I chase a professional rugby career? But anyway, it was absolutely unbelievable. And as I said to you at the time, pretty much straight after the show, I was just kind of standing there in silence for a while. And
yeah,
then you think you came over, like, you're all right? And I was like, I think I just watched the best independent wrestling show I've ever
yeah.
seen. And you were like, really? And I was like, yeah, it was. And he's like, oh, I've seen better.
Listen,
No, I know.
listen. There's one show that always sticks with me
Yeah,
and just gave me the absolute feels, and it kind of like gripped me in, and
yeah,
like it still kind of means a lot to me, that show, and
yeah,
because that was the show that, like, I'm not gonna say like where I fell in love with wrestling, because I was already in love with wrestling, but
yeah,
I had a show that like grew that love to a new height, if that makes
yeah.
sense.
100%,
And that
100%.
one just stands with me. For anyone who wants to know, it's the 5th anniversary show.
Yeah,
OTT 5th anniversary show is, it's still my number one show, but like
yeah,
definitely the Saturday show the weekend was
yeah.
was like top 5 easy.
I mean, like, there's been shows where like, there's been better matches and
Yeah,
finishes
yeah,
that made more sense, and things where there's stuff on this show you're like, well, I don't really like that or like this. It was the whole feeling. It wasn't necessarily one thing, or like
yeah, yeah,
it wasn't like, oh, there was a load of really good matches or there's really good stories. It was the kind of, it's a whole package, and sometimes it's like things you can't put your finger on,
yeah,
like it'd be an atmosphere. And again, I don't know how much, if you swap the 2,200 people who were there with 2,200 other people, would it be the same for me? And I don't
mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like, it was I had the same feeling when I was at All In last year from where I was sitting, in terms of like, wow, this is just unbelievable. Again, I was kind of eye of the storm for that. And then a similar feeling, something about live wrestling, because it's a similar feeling in WrestleMania
The
38
show the
when I was there
same.
in Dallas, in
Yeah, I
when
was,
Stone
geez,
Cold came out. Because a lot of the show have been shit, and a lot of WrestleMania, it's just you're just watching adverts. When Stone Cold came out, suddenly you're just like, that takes you out of it. And it was just incredible. Um, there wasn't one match or anything like that. Like from the show, it was just the whole
hmm
show from start to finish on Saturday. It was incredible, and like from all reports we've heard back, like Wolverhampton was incredible as well, and then Sunday had so much happening as well. So with so many for a million different other reasons. So, um, yeah, like it's just an absolutely incredible weekend all round, and to cap it all off, to have that Judgment Day announcement, like that was a huge part of why this show was so good, and you
Yeah, yeah,
wonder like
yeah.
how much did that affect people's kind of perception of the show as well. I think I said to you at the time, like it's not just historic that like Judgment Day or a WWE superstar appears on an independent show because that happens.
hmm
It's the fact that they're allowed to promote it,
Yeah, yeah.
and market a show around WWE IP, and people are like, oh no, they're Irish, but like, no, JD McDonough is a WWE copyrighted name. Finn
hmm
Balor is a WWE copyrighted name. Judgment Day without an E, which is spelled wrong, and we don't know what Judgment Day is a copyrighted name. That like it's a WWE marketing tool. So I'm operating again. I don't know Joe's fucking financial ins and outs or operational ins and outs. I'm operating off the assumption that like there will be a percentage of this gate on the Saturday of the 26th of October will be going towards WWE, but that's a partnership well worth it in terms of you look at the long term benefits that can come out of it and hype and sales and what you can build around it. Um, it just shows a kind of a change of course in the business that people are again WWE aren't just sending somebody out. I assume there's going to be a business relationship built off the back of it, which is excellent.
hmm
Yeah, so like there's so many different things you can talk about from the show. I was lucky enough to be I was well, unfortunate for him, he was stuck on a bus with me. I was with LJ Cleary for an hour today on the bus going into town, and he was like still on cloud nine from the weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was absolutely it was immense. I've gone for about a 10-minute ramble here now, but yeah, and it was absolutely incredible all around weekend.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Hope everyone is doing well and everyone's ready to go. We have got a couple of extra people come in there as well, so the little wait was worth it. So we are going to kick off. I'll give you a countdown. If you have your timer set to 0 on the show, paused, and Mark, we ready to go?
all good. Yeah,
Okay,
me keep it
3,
down.
2, 1, play.
Right. Well done, Matthew Macklin. A lot of WWE content using this for Trevor Lee and TNA content as well, literally from WWE and TNA back catalogs.
So mine didn't want to play, so you keep going and tell me when you get to 1 minute and I'll press play again.
Okay, I'm on 40 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah, I
Quality.
press play, I went to play and nothing happened. So yeah, technical
Okay.
issues.
I'll pause it 1 minute.
No, just tell me to go.
Okay. That's 1 minute bang on now.
Okay, right, we should be on sync now.
I paused it now.
No, keep going, keep going. You
Oh,
lunatic,
right, okay.
don't fucking pause it.
All right. Oh, you're fucking up in the background there. So they've got a light show here. Macklin's got a light show over in Wolverhampton. Good
Yeah.
man, Macklin. The production looks really cool. Like that screen.
It's very high def, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very high def.
That's probably
I
the
was always
best.
struck by the entrance of this place. Like the entrance, it was very much like the old TNA kind of setup.
Mm-hmm.
Back when like kind of that Hulk Hogan era where they have kind of the big screen and somebody kind of walking from underneath.
Yeah.
Like it feels like a bigger room than it is. It feels like a bigger stage and arena than it is. It's like obviously it's called the hangar for a reason. It is a hangar.
That's really good quality. I'm very
Yeah, you'd
surprised.
wonder. I think they actually outsourced the camera work or the kind of the crew over for this. To be honest, just from chatting with Matthew on Saturday. This is ludicrously high def.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tom Scarborough, and then you've got that other English guy who's tall. Giovanni gets around.
I'm a fan of Gio. I like Gio.
Yeah. What do you think he's better at, ring announcing or commentating?
So I know him as a ring announcer more than a commentator,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So it's only recently I've heard him commentating. So I still know him as a ring announcer, if that makes sense.
I knew him as the right press ring announcer when I was over there a couple of years ago. And he was excellent.
Well, listen, I love the Rev Pro product, but the ring announcer that they have, it's just so high pitched.
Chalkboard.
It's so bad.
It's I mean, I will be lodging a formal complaint with Andy Struther in the Red Pro HR if that happens again this year.
It wasn't just her voice; it was the
audio. It's actually the volume.
The volume of the speakers as well. Even the entrance audio was massively booming in your. Yeah.
I presume that production was probably outsourced by the Copper Box Arena instead, because like Red Pro is very much like a DIY operation. It's like 99% is done by Andy himself. So
yeah.
Much like Joe. So
sorry for anyone there. Actually, I had my desktop audio shared, so you might have heard Simon Hill in the background. I'm just at the mute it there
now. What's his referee's name?
Oscar Harding.
He looks like a zombie. He looks like somebody.
He looks like Diddy Haman.
It does, but again, like Diddy Haman looks like somebody doesn't get enough daylight.
Yeah. Nice mention to the Tivoli there.
Okay.
But he said it was a sellout when Joe was on with us last week.
Yeah,
he said it was it was over 750, so it's over 3/4.
Yeah.
So yeah, they must have had a nice order. That's usually the English way as well. From what I heard from a few of my mates who have been going over there for a long time, there's usually a late surge in ticket sales. A lot of people wait until like the day of or the day before, and then they do get a fair number of walk-ups as well.
Because I think there's like it's because you've got 3 to 4 rows. And then everything after that's kind of general admission.
Yeah.
So like you might as well, because it's a Friday night out, it's pay in the door.
Yeah.
Or I get just beforehand. So.
Hometown hero. You good fuck. Very handsome Trevor. Were you there the last time in the hangar where the speaker went mental and we thought that we were all done?
It was like the first 3 shows in the hangar I went like that. Apparently, like the first, like it just
they had to pull a match and all like.
Or sorry, yeah, the one where like you nearly exploded or something.
Yeah.
Evacuated the building. I wasn't there for that one now, but
Damo and Charlie, I think it was.
Yeah. I heard about that. All right.
We thought it sounded like a fire.
Yeah.
Like there was loads of crackling and all, like you'd hear an electrical fire, like, and we're like, oh my god. It has a great aesthetic look, the hangar as well. I love the stage and the way that they come up and then back down again, like.
Yeah, that's the way it was in that old TNA, the last kind of tail end of their the Impact Zone run, the original Impact before Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff put them on the road. So then when they moved from the 2 tunnel entrance, they then had the one big giant screen and people kind of emerge from underneath it. Class.
Is the fella with no top on here? I wonder.
Yeah, a couple of Wolves creepies, is there?
Some fella who always takes his top off, big lad, and does a belly dance.
Oh yeah, he's always good fun.
Yeah, like listen, he's harmless, like
Yeah, I know.
just enjoying himself.
But yeah, well, if he gets his top off for Lee or LJ Cleary, fair enough.
Yeah, well, he got it off for Lee Hunter, when I was there.
Yeah, yeah.
Lee Hunter, it is Lee Hunter, isn't it?
Just the bet, like, fucking who's doing these cameras? This is better quality than fucking you see most television products.
Yeah, it's very good quality.
Yeah. Must cost a fortune to rent these fellas. It's not your man Bear Vision. He was sick for a while, isn't
Yeah,
he? Yeah. Okay.
he was at the last show though as well, I think.
Hmm.
The last Wolves show.
Yeah. I chatted to LJ today, and he was saying he actually tried to cut a fair bit of weight for these matches this weekend.
Okay.
Tried to lean up a bit.
Right.
It was something kind of in the back of his mind for months on end this weekend. Very, very cool. There's James Ellis, senior trip there. I saw that.
Yeah.
People in the arena might have missed it, but I saw it.
Scotty Davis fell down the stairs the last time he was over there. On the way back.
And that'd be quite on brand for him.
I see. I don't know if it was real or not. Like, but it definitely made me question. Because he was giving the fans a shitload. Like, he's giving them loads of stickers. He's going, and then he tripped on the stairs. So I'm like, oh. We have Josh and Alex in the chat, and Laura. That's very similar to Lykos's gear, isn't it? The orange and red tracky. Some progress recently, and people were calling them. People got a Cheetos chant going.
Okay.
It got over, like. Just for anyone who might be late.
Alex, you've been a regular correspondent of these chats. Thanks very much for joining again. Hopefully we get to meet you on one of these shows one day.
He came up to me in the queue at Scrappermania and said hello.
Oh,
yeah, it was nice to see you, Alex.
Brilliant. Yeah. Listen, Alex, if you see me in the next show, apologies, because it just says AW in your logo here, so I don't know what your portion look like. But next time you're about a show and you see me, just give me a shout. We'll have a chin wag and talk shit.
For any latecomers, we're just on the 10-minute mark now. So if you are watching the show on another device,
Tom looks great. I'd say Tom could do a mountain of push-ups.
You reckon?
Oh yeah. That's a referee who won't go into business for himself either. Man, he'll call it down the line.
I don't know, no.
No, that's a man of integrity. And it's unlike the corrupt officials here in Ireland.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah,
you cannot suspend, you can't disqualify somebody for throwing a towel. Nowhere in the rule books. Much like using teeth. Nowhere in the rule books. I always like when we go to these Wolves shows how obviously crooked the ropes are, because obviously they've been sitting in storage for a long time, I'd say.
The old Fight Club Pro ring.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, our former OTT champion Trent 7 ran Fight Club Pro in Wolverhampton for a long time, and I believe, and again hearsay, so don't quote me on this, but I believe they used the ring for NXT UK.
Okay.
So that could be the same ring that Rhea Ripley, Gunther won their NXT UK championships in.
Yep. Get him, James. I'll poke him in the eye with 2 fingers. Just great standing jump, to be fair to him.
Surprised with the start here.
in terms of.
I thought it would be dominant LJ.
Yeah.
Just with LJ, like, and James being, like, LJ being up here,
Mm.
James kind of, like, still kind of trying to make his name on this, on the scene to an extent.
Yeah. It depends on like what the audience is, so whose awareness of what in that audience as well. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, if LJ is appearing in progress, you know, what are the fans like in that part of the world in Wolves? What's their typical shows and whatnot? Who has more awareness of what?
Yeah.
Yeah. He seems to be very distraught about something happening in the crowd anyway. Very easily distracted. Good man.
The aesthetic look of the hangar is just, it's very good. Like, it's just like how it's nice and dark around the outside.
Yep. Yeah.
Sole focus on the ring. It sells hula hooch as well, which is a massive plus in my book.
Yeah, they have a great bar there. Sorry, they've got sandwiches and everything. Sorry.
Did he have sandwiches?
Yeah, sandwiches last time I was there. Yeah,
Did I miss fucking
actually,
sandwiches?
sorry. The National Stadium had sandwiches the weekend as well. They had a bacon, egg, and sausage sandwich, and I would recommend to a friend.
Cool. Yeah, the stadium never disappoints. I tend not to go near the shop or the bar. I'm usually driving. I usually just bring a big 2 litre of water with me, so I tend not to go near the shop or the bar for a big stadium show. But I can attest to the work that the crew put in there, especially like when we used to be in the ringside club. Great goujons, chips, sausages, all that jazz. Like, oh, promo time.
This is foolish. You're in the ring with a seasoned practitioner and a man who is under a professional contract, and you're not. This is what someone call hubris. With a very loose arm lock that LJ doesn't seem to be in great deal of discomfort over, and I imagine he could.
That's it could have arms like an iron bar, Mark.
I know, but you see, LJ seems to be just gathering himself. Just give me a minute.
Yeah,
Just let him talk.
Taking a second to recuperate.
I've sent off. I've sent off here. So what did he say?
He just put the mic there. And he's like, "Would you ever shut the fuck up?" You don't hear LJ dropping an F-bomb too often now.
Yeah.
Unless he's calling Trent fat.
Yeah.
It's toilet very fat. It's the best moments ever, like. Did you see that one?
When he called Trent fat, I did, yes.
When he called him toilet very fat. Very young LJ Cleary back then. Still young, but Jesus, he's night and day to what he was back then, like.
Yeah.
Oh, don't be using the ref as a shield. Oh, what a dick. James doing very well here.
He is, yeah. Maybe it's the jet lag from Dublin to Wolverhampton. Long travel day, perhaps. 6 a.m. Ryanair flight. I get the best of many, man. You just don't have that bit of get up and go. You can do with the Baraka.
Oh, whipping out a bit of Jericho-esque stuff there.
Yep.
LJ's favourite wrestler.
How many favourite wrestlers does he have?
I think Jericho is his
Yeah,
favourite.
I know, yeah. Jericho and Cardona, yeah, I know.
Straight into the line timer. Oh, that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. Tap out. Tap out. Tap out. Good luck.
That's how you get to Robbie. That's how you get. Oh, jeez. That was quite like it's kind of like the last 30 seconds there. All right, now wake up now.
Yeah, yeah.
You told him to shut up.
It's like you move into that next gear. You find that next gear that.
It's like a fighter, like in a real fight.
Yeah.
I don't like how wrestling can be kind of formulaic in terms of back and forth sometimes. Sometimes when it's done like a fight where somebody like beats somebody quickly or like catches somebody like with a move in wrestling and it's kind of dominant there on it. That's not done enough.
Yeah.
There's kind of like a perception nowadays that wrestling to have a good match in wrestling it has to be like back forth 1-2 1-2 beat the piss out of each other. You know what I mean? Like you can have a class fight but somebody catching somebody with something and then just beating the piss out of them and winning.
Yeah.
That's what LJ kind of did there in terms of kind of taking it, a bit of damage, then call him with one or two things, smash him with two or three other things, and it was over.
We see too many 50-50, 60-40 matches these days, in my opinion, as well, though.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to see more, like, heavily weighted on one side. It doesn't even have to be a squash. It doesn't even have to be quick, but, like...
We saw like Luke Jacobs versus Lykos the other week. Do you know what I mean? That type of match.
Yeah. 6-man tag. Oh, this is the 6-man into the triple threat, isn't it? So we're just coming up to 19 minutes for anyone who's watching right now. Alex said that he did say hello to you on the way into the meet and greet.
Oh, excellent. Okay, sorry, Alex. Sorry. Sincere apologies. But look, I'll be more conscious of putting names to faces, etc. Next time we meet.
I'm the exact same. Like if I've had people come up to me and say, "Oh, hey, Colin," and I'll be like,
"Hello,
how are you?"
Yep.
Terrible.
Robbie actually been getting critical acclaim all week.
Yeah.
Might be a match. Yeah, I was speaking with Ace Steele on Monday, and off camera he was asking me about this match as well. So
okay, did you tell him Terry Thatcher's match with
Speedball was better? Haven't seen it yet.
The Terry Thatcher match is exactly. Remember when we were talking? You were saying that you wanted to see Robbie have this specific match with Speedball and fight from underneath.
Yeah.
Terry Thatcher had that match.
There was one point during the Robbie X Speedball match where Robbie was having to look up and he was selling for like a submission or something, and I looked over at you, and I was like, "Oh, there you are! Like, okay, just let me see your face, Robbie. Let me see you struggle and see if you're gonna fight." But no, Terry's awesome at that.
Yeah,
he's showing emotion, and his promo last week was brilliant.
Yeah.
Simple
to the point. Said what he needed to do, and the little tease of like, I'll show you, like, you know.
Do that once a week.
Yeah.
Once a week. Make you, if you have that a promo that good off the back of a performance that good, will make you like, I don't know. There's no promotion of the country that should be leaving him off any shows.
Yeah. A few more just after jumping in there. So just to let people know, we're at 21:10 ish. People want to catch up there. We're just at the start of the second match, 6-man tag. Team little guys versus team big guys. I'm actually very happy for Lykos getting this spot.
Why is that?
I like him, as you said. You like him since he's taken the mask off. You can see his face. You can, but I do think, like, even with the mask on, like, he definitely, like, he had something. You know, you could see his talent was there. And especially since the mask has come off, we're seeing a lot more personality from him now. We're seeing who he is a bit more. His championship run in progress was okay. May not have been the best championship run, but we definitely got to learn a bit more about him. And I think that, like, he's only a young fella. You know, like he's early 20s, like,
He
you know.
retired previously as well from injuries and stuff. So
Yeah.
like he's since he's come back, I'll be honest, like I never got Lykos. Like I get like, but like I thought it was just like, all right, English people being English, everybody's
Yeah.
mad
Yeah.
about it because English type of thing, and he
Mm.
put it like obviously class in ring, but like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see why he was different from other kind of cruiserweighty mass kick paddy kind of wrestlers, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got all the moves, has a mask, has the gear. Like what is he? Like is he a dog? Or
Mm.
what is he, a
He's a
wolf?
wolf.
Or no, but I mean like what does that mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a kid like us too. All right, well what's the second one? What's his crack?
Yeah.
And like there's obviously like some kind of again not being at shows regularly over in the UK or whatever, you're kind of missing out in the context of the kind of I don't know, banter and kind of I don't know cheeky wink and a nod type stuff with this stuff going on, and some people like doing the shut up Lykos and their fucking terrible English accents. That you kind of you're missing the context for stuff, and kind of when you watch things in isolation, you kind of don't appreciate fully what it is. And then since he's taken his mask off and working with Spike Trivet, you've got to see that kind of underdog, that guy who's struggling to fight. Like even when we won Super Strong Style last year, like
Yeah.
he was under the mask, and I thought like, yeah, he's class in ring, but like I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on underneath that.
Sell me you, like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Make me invest. Why
Yeah.
should I believe in you?
Yeah.
Why should I
Like
cheer you? You know, yeah.
But I mean, like, say you look at like another English wrestler, Will Ospreay, right? He's got every move, but he's also probably the best facials wrestler in America at the minute. Like everything he does on camera, like he's portraying emotions and being I don't know conflicted and whatnot, and his promos have gone through the roof as well. Like everything he does, you can feel now. Whereas because I couldn't see or have context to his promos or anything like that, I just didn't know what the crack was. Like another masked wrestler who's got
Yeah.
kickbacks, brilliant.
Mm.
But he wasn't like so good that his moveset was blowing everybody away. Like he wasn't like Robbie X. He wasn't like a Mike Bailey. He was kind of just another really good wrestler.
Yeah.
Um,
Good to see
I was
Omari
chatting
back here as well.
yeah, like who was I chatting to the other day? And it's talking about like people think it's so hard to be different these days, but it's easier than ever to be different. Because
Yeah.
everybody feels like they have to wrestle the same way
And the
nowadays.
same, yeah.
Omari, what's his crack now? Where is he living?
As far as I know, we moved back to the UK. I don't know whereabouts. Presumably he's back in Birmingham.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, he's from there, so that's completely understandable.
Yeah.
He's appeared on Rev Pro shows recently and stuff as well. You just wish you'd see him more frequently used across the UK and Ireland. Like just in turn, like he was obviously OTT champion, but you didn't happen to see him everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, he'd have like small runs in progress, small runs in Rev Pro, but like for a guy his size, strength, and everything, you'd think he'd be on every. Like if you look at Santos, Omari's like height as big as him. He's more athletic. He's probably more powerful.
Yeah.
I mean by power is different to strength. He's more powerful. He's faster and he's more athletic than Santos. Like, so why is Santos? What's the difference? Do you know what I mean? Other than like just a physique look, like Omari, I think could have been or could be used so many more other places too.
Yeah.
That stuff with Lykos on the shoulders there was stupid, by the way. That's a nice graphic, isn't it?
Big strong flex.
This is probably that graphic and gear and stuff is probably a preview for the future now that the draw are finished.
Yeah, I think he's used it before though.
Well, I think it's a nice setup. It's obviously a nice logo and it's something he's invested in.
Yeah. Different music though.
I don't have the sound on.
I don't know what song that is. He usually uses Kanye West. What's the fucking song? Can't think of the song. I don't know who this is. This music is all now.
Boo. Yeah, boo him. Who's the baddie? Boo the villain.
Loads of tan, loads of baby oil. Those fucking wonders.
He's avoided baby oiling his back whatsoever. And seems to put predominantly just on his upper chest.
There's probably no one there to do it from.
Pretty sad. Nobody likes you.
A lot of people like him. You'd be surprised.
I know, yeah, but I mean, nobody's there to fucking rub him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if he had the white trunks before, but he did. He definitely had those that style with the flex on the back.
White trunks with the tan are a good kind of look, but don't like the fucking font.
Yeah,
on
until it runs though. Then
yeah.
the end of bar,
yeah.
then the end of orange by the end of the match, like,
Yeah.
which I've seen happen so many times with people.
Like, you think Flex is big, obviously, but it's funny that even when he walks around ringside, and you're like, oh, geez, I'm the same height as him.
Yeah.
He
just the thing about Flex though as well, and again just from being around him as well, is he does have this air of celebrity about him as well. Like, you know, he holds himself in high regard. Like he
yeah.
I was bringing him to Limerick before, and he gets out of the car. Was it Limerick I was bringing? No, sorry. He gets out of the car at the garage, like, and shades and all are on, you know, and he just has this look that's different to everybody else, you know. Went into the deli, and there's a girl fawning over him, like, you know, and yeah.
That is a Damo. Now, he's obviously the weekend concluded very well for him. However, on Saturday, I'm not only convinced that the guard shouldn't have been called on him for nearly decapitating Ilya Dragunov or Ilya Zarkov. Yeah,
deserved it, didn't he? Prick.
There was about a foot in difference between Ilya and the turnbuckle, and I've never seen a man hit that head that hit that hard. Like,
no, it was looking car crash.
I don't know how he wasn't knocked out even just from the whiplash. Like your brain not fucking rocking around your skull.
Yeah. I was talking to someone yesterday who was with him yesterday and said that it was good. the phrase was actually, I'm surprised that he was actually alright.
Yeah. I don't know how he got himself immediately into position for that splash, like, straight away without thinking. Like, I was thinking there's no way in the world that he is not concussed. Thumbs up.
I know for previous Wolverhampton shows, Omari had some friends and family there as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's the same for.
No, I imagine so. Yeah.
For this show.
You wonder what Omari's goals are now that he's moved back to the UK.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him, so I don't really know.
He'd be a good fella for you to sit down with, actually.
Yeah.
I think you'd be the best. Out of people covering wrestling in Ireland, you'd be the best position to discuss that with him, I'd say. And even those in the UK, you're probably better positioned than them. So why is he? Well, I watch this now, and I get the kind of 1-2 back and forth chain wrestling because he's active, but like, look at this optics, right? Why isn't he just smashing the fuck out of him? All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes. Someone's getting fucking destroyed, and then you have the big bills coming in, like, you know. So this is fucking night and day here. Damo and Robbie.
Yep.
I like that. I really like that. Ooh. Do you reckon Damo ever shaved his back?
No. He doesn't need to. Goes there for a reason.
It's like a fucking coat, isn't it? Like,
I know, yeah. He must sweat buckets. He must be dying in this heat.
Yeah.
Like, back in Florida, he'll have air conditioning at least, where you don't need like a fucking couple little fans here in your room in Ireland. The height of it.
I don't know when he's going back, or if he's gone back already or not.
Yeah.
Usually, like, he has two places that he lives.
Well, he's married to a demon currently who's fucking possessed. So.
Yeah. Probably doesn't want to be around. Probably doesn't want to be around there at the moment.
I mean, Jesus, no, I wouldn't. A Scottish demon, no. I think she's some sort of sister Abigail creature, who's also probably wanted for murder. Like, see that? Like, what the fuck is on her wrist there? Like, sweatbands. What is going on here?
He has a big cut down his neck as well.
Yeah.
Presumably that's from maybe he was working the night before.
Maybe.
Can't trust
Not
him,
a very
Adam.
good guy thing to do, isn't it? No selling the dropkick. This is weird.
Why would he sell the dropkick? He's a
I
dropkick
don't know.
king. He's the dropkick king.
Three dropkicks at once. Yay.
Marty is quick, isn't he? Like,
Yep. Like everything's like size is the thing, but it's his speed and his power. It's
he's so athletic. It's just
size,
It's
size plus strength plus power, speed. Like it all fucking adds up.
He probably has a short in his steps running the ropes.
Yeah.
Like I reckon he cleared it in two.
Like Flex would be grand at rugby. Omari would be very good at rugby. Like if Flex ran into you, tackle him, no problem. Omari, you'd fucking get bounced. You have to go fucking chopping his ankles.
We have someone from Ukraine in the chat. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. But hello from Ukraine. I was at Dublin OTT show. This was fantastic. Brilliant. Hope you enjoyed it.
You're very welcome.
We're currently watching the OTT Wolverhampton show. If you have OTT on demand, we are 33 and 40 seconds into it. If you would like to watch along with us.
Yeah, you're very, very welcome. Delighted to hear you're in Dublin. Had a great time at the show as well. So you may not be aware, so OTC on these weekends run 3 shows across the weekend. They're on 4 this year. They had a comedy show on Thursday in Lost Lane in Dublin. Friday, then travelled over to Wolverhampton, outside Birmingham in England, where they ran this show that we're currently watching on the stream. Has just been published. That's why we're doing a live stream. Saturday is Dublin, Sunday is Belfast. So, yeah, we're just kind of recapping and going through an unbelievably historic weekend for OTT.
And Claire's in there as well. So Terry's match was the match of the weekend.
Ah, hello, Claire. How are you?
Sent Claire a picture earlier on of did you see it? She's
Michael Bret Hart, yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Seeing him playing the computer and he's like the telly's here and he's like looking at it like that and I'm like, there's no way this kid is able to see that telly and play it like.
That boy will have a click in his neck. Claire, have you gotten over meeting Danhausen yet? Hopefully hear from her soon. Did you publish that video of Claire meeting Danhausen in the end?
I sent it on to her.
Okay.
We are a bit there is a bit of a lag in the stream, so from the time that we talk to the time that it picks up, there is about, I don't know, 60 seconds or something like.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you ask a question, like, you might not get a response quickly. Alright, I need something here to bring this match up.
Yep.
I need something explosive to happen here, like.
Very much by the numbers, building to a hot tie.
Yeah.
And Lykos is the person to kind of build that sympathetic heat, but he doesn't seem to struggle too badly there, to be honest.
Which is what we were saying in our preview, that we expected Lykos to be the person that gets dominated in the ring. And
yep. Robbie to flip, Bailey to kick. That's kind of, yeah.
What's your opinion on the mullet, Mark?
All right, it's cool. I prefer to Flex's tattoos. Tattoos are stupid. Tattoos across your chest. That's defeating the purpose of the amount of work he's putting into his body. Anyway. Yeah, Mike Bailey's the man. I have a black belt in Taekwondo, so I do appreciate all this.
Do you?
What you do, yeah. I was 16. My sister's a 3rd degree.
What form of Taekwondo?
ITF.
Oh, shit one.
No, it's not. It's the one that you can use your fists in. Same as people. So WTF is the Olympic one.
Which is the one that's semi-contact?
WTF.
WTF. Oh yeah, that's the shit one.
It's only kicks.
Yeah.
There's no punching at all in it. ITF is.
Oh, that was nice.
ITF's the bigger organization worldwide. Stop faffing about, Omari. Batter him. Yeah, Damo says the same. Ah, I love those big long levers.
Jesus.
I'd love to see him just do a simple big, like running big boot,
Yeah.
like Tex or something. Do you know what I mean?
From fucking 10 feet away.
Yeah, just like because he kind of went for like an enziguri type
Oh.
kick there on the top rope, and you're like, that's you don't need to do that. Just fucking be mad. Oh, there you go.
Whoop. Oh, Jesus. Dead.
Yep.
Take his head off. Here's the strength now. Fuck me. That's more like it now. Crowd, come up. Come up for them. Come up.
Yes. Effortlessly. Please, want Robbie jump on as well? Sometimes, like I love Robbie X, but sometimes getting your stuff in could just look slightly contrived.
Yeah.
And the way that was shot there with the camera, obviously it's different in the room.
Mm-hmm.
When it kind of looks like Damo's having to stand there and look around while you kind of keep up and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It just looks.
Yeah. This fella's just squatting Damo, like.
Yeah, like he's able to, like, fair play to him. But it just mean the piece before that, like.
Yeah.
That's incredible strength. Best part about that squat was the time he took to show his face and his emotions and his fight to get it up. Just want more of that.
See that scoop slam?
Power slam, yeah.
Yeah, power slam, scoop slam, whatever you want to call it.
Right, I just know these names from fucking playing too many video games.
Yeah.
Great wrestler.
Yeah, I haven't seen Flex do that too often. Sam does it a lot. And I always wince when he does it because the clearance as they're going over is like so minuscule to the mat. And I always think that they're going to just like impale themselves.
Yeah. Does my head when Michael Cole gets names of moves wrong, so he calls like a fucking fall away slam, a sidewalk slam or something, right? No.
Right, yeah.
No, he didn't play enough SmackDown as well.
The one that bugs me is the and that I can't keep up with is the drivers. There's too many different drivers that I just
depending on the year as well.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yep. Oh, Mary. Come on, Rob. Well, Michael Bailey's taking over. Michael from Montreal. Two fingers. Right. So the winners of this match go into triple threat. What do they win from the triple threat again?
I'm not sure if they went on, to be quite honest.
Right. Sense.
Jesus.
Yes. More of this, please. Yeah, let me see. Yes. Face. Sell up. Good. Yes, stupid strength. Love this. Yes.
Perfect.
More of this. Get this man on more and more shows. He's
Oh.
stupid.
Ooh.
I hate those pins where they don't get a proper stack. They're not just keep being easy. He could have put more pressure through there.
Mm-hmm.
That is literally laziness because he's been fucking sitting on the outside for a while. Too busy concerned with fucking what's next in the next couple of bits and pieces. Whereas look at Omari's pin there, he's got pressure across both legs, feet across the shoulders. When I trained with Nigel McGuinness, like everything he was doing was talking, like he was stressing those details. Like,
yeah,
if you listen to William Regal's podcast, he was spending a whole episode talking about pins. If it's still available, it's well worth your while listening to.
Brian Buster.
It was with Matt Coon. He did it during 2022, 23, I think.
Right.
It's absolutely incredible. Gentleman Villain or something it's called.
That's it.
The whole series is worthwhile watching. Yeah.
Lykos.
They're trying to play sporting contests and stuff. So yeah. All right. Okay. So triple threat.
Why is Speedball acting like he's surprised?
Not the rules. Fucking pube head. Quite kind.
I'm presuming we're going to see a lot out of Lykos in this triple threat because the two lads are going into the Saturday show against each other. So.
Between the two of them rotating, laying out on the outside.
Again, would be my guess, but let's see how it plays out.
I haven't watched the Red Brawn Demand yet, but apparently Robbie was class on Sunday as well.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people saying one of the best matches they've seen.
Yep.
Just while we had this break, there was a moment at the end of the match on Saturday where Robbie pointed at his TNA X Division Championship and was kind of saying, "I'm coming for that." Is that anything telling in that in ways of maybe him being signed or a contract or anything?
No idea. I think it's something Mike Bailey's been pushing for on Twitter anyway.
Yeah.
Donovan Dijak. What is the X Division these days, right? Because like TNA doesn't really have it. They have an X Division Championship. They don't have an X Division like they did in.
Yeah.
Or they don't have like that 205 Live X Division Cruiserweight division as they did previously. They have a belt.
Yeah.
The TNA these days is more stacked up with overweight, over the hill wrestlers with a handful of really good guys, and a lot of their best X Division wrestlers are stuck in the tag division, be it like the Rascals or ABC, Chris Bray and Ace Austin and that. So like if you're to build the X Division, you'd be building around those four. Plus Mike Bailey, like Mustafa Ali's gone now. You bring in Robbie X, that's suddenly got 6 really good wrestlers you can do on rotate. Like the SmackDown 6 they used to do back in the day. So you need 6 to 8 wrestlers who can be wrestling each other regularly to form a division and such. Like I know they've got good crowds recently, but like of the shows they got good crowds at, there's only 1 or 2 matches that are ever any good. Or any segments that are kind of compelling or entertaining.
It's a hard division as well in the sense of like if they were to ramp it up like to because they record their TV tapings in batches.
Yeah.
Like if you're watching, I don't know 3 weeks of TV, that might have been recorded over 2 days or 3 days or whatever.
Yeah.
To expect some lads to potentially have those high octane, high intensity matches in that short space of time, it's very demanding.
Yep.
Whereas when they were on previously when they had their old TV deal, they weren't recording as much. Or they were recording weekly.
Yep.
You know, so you have that breathing space between
Yep.
one and the next. So yeah, it's I can just imagine how demanding it could be.
Yep. Definitely. Um, but you look around the UK scene, there's a million wrestlers who'd be better than half the lads are on TV.
Yeah.
And Robbie would be top that list. Like even man
Mhm.
like Dereiss, LJ.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking particularly for TNA wrestling anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
But do you go straight to thinking about cruiserweights when you think of TNA? Is that just a given thing now?
like, I mean, do you consider TNA the same TNA as it was? It's a completely different company, completely different
Mm.
location, completely different owners,
Yeah.
set up, everything.
Mm.
Like it's all they rebranded as TNA
Yeah.
and sacked the guy who rebranded and drove from the original TNA and made it their own thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now they don't have any sort of wrestlers on the booking committee or ex wrestlers. So they're a funny one. Like when I think TNA, I think through to 2011, 2012 kind of time. If that was kind of the period where they kind of before Anthem came in, then everything since then is it's Impact Wrestling. It's a different thing altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's. When I think of TNA, you think of X Division, you think of Tag Team Division, you think of women's the Knockouts Division, you think of Main Event Mafia, you think of Kurt Angle. If anybody understands his reference, you think of Black Rain. Do you know what that is?
No.
That's Booker T's commentary character.
Okay.
It's named after a Houston-based comedian. Just if you look it up online, look up Booker T Black Rain. It's fucking hilarious. There's so much stuff where like even like I consider TNA. My TNA was pre Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Dixie Carter kind of staged a coup essentially. If you listen to Jeff Jarrett's podcast, you kind of heard it's kind of just a bit of a shambles, and then.
So you were Jeff and Jerry when they were.
They
basically started from the ground up, like.
Yeah, but like Dixie Carty was still like the predominant owner or the majority owner, but she kind of just forced everything out and made it her what she wanted to. Rather, it wasn't her money; it was her parents' money as well.
Yeah.
But then she kind of brought in Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff in 2010, 11 kind of time. Then they kind of whipped themselves into a frenzy, decided to go live against Monday Night Raw for one episode, and then stop that.
On Spike, was it Spike?
And Spike, yeah, and then they moved from the side of ring to like having really heavy Impact branding in blue to a four-sided ring, and talking about like they got rid of the cross the line stuff, and they made a point of talking about how much they're a wrestling product while at the same time doing AJ Styles, Dixie Carter, like cheating storylines, affair storylines, and then doing aces and aces. There was everything but wrestling. It became more and more melodramatic. Like the Ace and Ace storyline was memorable, but like it never actually drew any viewers or crowds. To be honest, never drew them any money. So yeah, like they're on an ascendancy up through about 2011, and then just kind of very quickly went downhill after that when they started spending beyond their means as well with Hulk Hogan, etc. So yeah. So it's not like it's the modern day TNA. I just see it as like just a completely different company. Yeah, it's hard not. They've got a lot of cool stuff there, but like we're watching fucking the Hardys versus Fandango and Heath Slater, and then you've got like PCO, Pierre Carl Ouellet from the early '90s in a like a
he's still going.
PCO, yeah. Doing a zombie thing doing his undead wedding with Steph DeLando the other week, like. And then you've got like Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards being part of a main event faction. Or like I can't get a handle on this. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot of contrived nonsense. Or like when Tommy Dream is around, he'll bring Bully Ray in, and they'll do like fucking 30-minute promos in ring, which are all shite.
Dean, it's just that they're joining there. Sorry, I'm late. Just finished working on a super secret project. Well, no point telling us that. Tell us what the project is. And he said the amount of bad reviews I saw for Scrapper at Dublin was mad. Like the amount of bad reviews, or you saw one bad review on Cage Match from someone who hasn't been at a show in years, admittedly. Like.
Who? Sorry, was it just the one bad review? Is there?
Well, I don't know. Dean said that the amount of bad reviews I saw for
No, I know,
Scrappermania.
yeah, I know, but I mean,
So
like, sorry, you saw the thing from Cage Match
yeah,
he
yeah.
sent to me as well, like, um, I didn't even know like Cage Match was a thing for like the likes of OTT. I thought Cage Match was predominantly like just for like televised shows. Do you know
I
what I mean?
usually check it to remind myself. Like they do have all the shows do get put up. I don't know who updates them. That's
Yeah,
nice double core.
yeah.
Um, I don't know who updates it or whatever, but I usually use it just to like remind myself of what matches happen on what shows or when this show was or if I ever need a bit of information on that. Like,
So
um,
Dean said one was Cage Match,
the other
the
was
other was TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah, it's probably the same
So,
person.
but I mean, given that the whole room was electric from start to finish,
Yeah, yeah.
um, like there's so many things you can critique, and like there are stuff like in that one Cage Match thing I saw that there are things you can kind of say, yeah, fair enough. There's a lot of clowns in the audience at all wrestling shows
Mm-hmm.
who try to get themselves over. Like I'm sitting beside a goober who living from Donegal, living in Cork, who's recording and trying to pop himself while recording things on camera constantly. There's a lot of people saying like inappropriate shit jokes, trying to pop the people around them and stuff.
Yeah,
Generally speaking, like there's a guy behind me who wouldn't shut up, making really crap jokes, but his friends were having a great time. But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
but like his humor is just desperate. It's like that kind of thing. That was one of the critiques. Like, there's too many people in the crowd trying to get themselves over, and I was like, yeah, that's very, very fair. I didn't read the rest of it in depth, but
Nice.
I remember thinking like it was obviously it was completely over the top, but there were one or two things that are like, yes, fair, but Jesus, in the scheme of things, there's nothing to go on a rant about, really.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like listen, not every show is going to be brilliant, and there's different people have different opinions on things as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like so, um, like if that's like just some of the stuff that I did see on that, especially that cage match one, like you say it's the first show that I've been at in X amount of time or like in years, and then critique stuff that's recent stuff that you kind of need to keep up with. That's beautiful, by the
Yeah.
way. That's springboard moon stuff.
Just every show.
Yeah,
Called it.
it's
It
still
is meant to
deadly
do
though.
it.
Like it's still
I know, yeah.
ridiculously good. Um, but yeah, like you're saying on one hand, oh, I haven't been to a show in years, and then on the other hand,
Yeah.
but I didn't get this or I didn't like this. Well, you didn't like that because you don't get it because you haven't been
Mm,
keeping up.
yeah.
Like he critiqued Charlie Sterling. And how, but presumably how he looked, he's out of shape. He's come back from a bad injury. Presumably hasn't been training a hell of a lot. Up until very recently.
Like
And was
Sam was really out of shape as well. Really out of shape. I mean, like it's and the two of them, like fair, like if they're going to be performing in shows, I think should be monitoring their diet and whatnot. And like injuries one thing, but like diet's another. Um, and like that's a fair critique. Like, but they're both incredible when they do perform.
yeah.
I think both of them were very, very out of shape, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no hiding around that.
Yeah.
Um, like yeah, I mean, but if that's the type of thing that's gonna spoil your experience because somebody's not in shape as opposed to like focusing on their performance and stuff, and but the kind of the overweight, bulky Charlie kind of suited the performance as well. But like if that's what Sarah's on a show, fair enough.
Yeah.
Dean was saying he stuck up for the show on TikTok. Lad said they were shit insulting me, saying I was just because I was a fan. And they said it didn't sell out. Well, it did sell out.
Yeah. Well, sold
Uh,
out. There was like
I mean,
less than 50 tickets the day before.
yeah. So I mean, like, grand if not every single seat in the venue was filled for the entirety of the show. That's one thing because half the room was fucking at the bar
At the
or in the
bar,
smoking
I was
area.
smoking. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like, but that's grand.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I noticed that as well. Like I looked up and there was like a section where there was like a couple of rows that were a bit scarce, and I'm like, oh, what's going
mm,
on there? The people not make it, and then like you look back half an hour later and they were there. Like,
mm. Yeah, like it's Alex was saying that there was a guy sitting next to him trying to explain the glow stick thing to him, and he just
yeah,
quite
yeah.
ways. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't get a glow stick. A load of bollocks. This is over, isn't
I,
it?
I didn't
This is
see Nick my
over.
glow stick. No. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like again, like Charlie's class, but again, like I think wrestling, you should take yourself seriously, and like we talked previously myself and you, like in terms of your aesthetic, your appearance and whatnot. Like I think it is important if you want to be taken seriously, and that is something typically Charlie Sterling's all over normally. So we give people a bit of grace period for that as well.
Like I compared
Depending
it
on your
to
goals as well.
I compared it to Sheamus when Sheamus came back a little bit early.
Yeah.
Everyone was giving him shit online, and he was like, "Right, lads, calm down. I wasn't meant to come back for another few weeks. I got a call, came back. I'm out of shape, and now look at him, like, you know, jack to the hilt again, like, you know."
But Sheamus, to be fair, was like, it was open, like, yeah, I got injured. I was smashing points.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But like, again, like, it's up to you. Like, I mean, do you know what I mean? It's up to you what you want to look like and what you put in, you get out. So, yeah. Dean unfortunately missed Scrapper.
You missed a good one.
We got this ticket refunded over public transport cost. Stickler and critique things if you want, but like, there's so many different things that were just, you kind of get whipped up in the feeling of the room as well. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like we were talking about beforehand, for those who are joining late, like this is Charles Crowley coming out next. We're on 58-40. There's a million different things on the show you can pinpoint and say, like, I didn't like it, or I didn't like this, or this was better than beforehand. But I think the earlier start time, the atmosphere in the crowd, everything was electric. It was kind of a brilliant coming together of a number of different factors that kind of contributed to a really memorable evening. If you want to be a miserable guts, fair enough, that's up to you. Like, there's been, I try to be as much of a devil's advocate when we're doing these things as I can, but I think it's there's been bitter and sad, and then there's being honest and objective.
Yeah, listen, I said it on one of our preview shows. I'm like, lads, like, go enjoy wrestling. If there's something that doesn't tickle your fancy, don't let it get you down. Don't stress over it. Move on. But like, just fucking try enjoy what's being put on in front of you. You know, like, because like there's no point getting upset or annoyed or pissed off about something that it's especially like results, as I've seen with some people. But like like it's wrestling. Go out and enjoy it.
Like
not everything's gonna be perfect.
Claire and Alex talking about how much they love Charles Crowley. I like him.
Alistair.
Yeah, I like him. I think
that's his name from now on. Claire, it's Alistair.
Okay.
He's
brilliant what he does. I think
he put it on Twitter himself today. Like, so he's Alistair. I don't know. Is it a gimmick change maybe coming?
No idea. Like, I think he's brilliant in terms of what he does. When he wrestles more seriously, he's even better. When he means like wrestling that's too comedy heavy is just not for me anymore. Like, it's because everybody's doing it, everybody's trying to be funny, and nobody differentiates themselves. Like, at least Danhausen goes the full way, and he's not trying to get himself over really as a wrestler. He's complete pantomime. So yeah,
it's Alistair Clare. Go look at his Twitter.
Yeah.
Charles is dead.
And confirmed there.
I do like his music though. Crowley's and Danhausen's. They're both pretty good entrances.
His Twitter says Mr. Charles Crowley.
Colin, were you at the Damo RCW because the Wine Gums guy gimmick is over and I've also turned heel? No, I wasn't at the Damo show. I didn't make it down.
Who's the Wine Gums guy? I like Wine Gums.
Dean's the Wine Gums guy.
Alright. Great PR for Danhausen. Yo! For those who can't help,
we seen him in Belfast without the
mask,
without the yoke, yeah. And
like, no, so he actually puts on human face paint, I'm told.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe he had his human face paint on, but he looked like he was just at the walking off the street, like.
just a normal guy. But like, he gets wrestling like so much. Like you actually, when you listen to his old promos from years ago, where like the thought that goes into it, like he's like, you distract the referee and you punch him in the groin.
Yeah.
Or there's nowhere in the rules about like putting teeth in somebody's mouth. Like it's just small things. Like everything he does has a logic to it. Like there is a, it's not just fucking ridiculousness, but he can explain it, which is rare in wrestling. That's why it kind of took off.
Like it doesn't matter how ridiculous anything is if you have a reason for it.
Yes.
That's all that matters. I remember I was at the Santino seminar there. Was it last year?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, and Santino was saying about like knowing your character, knowing yourself, knowing your backstory inside and out.
Yeah.
You should, like, if someone asks you what did you get for your 10th birthday, you should be able to answer them, you know. And one of the things he said was Ryback. He remembers Ryback does this thing when he comes out with his hands, like, and I can't remember who said it was, whether it was Vince or Triple H or one of the producers or something. It's like, well, what are you doing with your hands? And he's like, I'm drawing in the energy from the crowd, and I'm feeling it running through my hands and into my body. And it's like, okay, grand. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's like, but like, that's your reason for it. That's grand.
It's plagiarism from The Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
I'll play this video for those who can hear on the stream. Hurry up the fuck.
Yes, hello, Danhausen. Yeah, very nice, very very famous. Salmon today via Andrew Housing and Connor Housing. Hello, Mark Housing. Hello. All right. The birthday of some sort. 30 awkward. Nickname Mobsy. Very big fan of Danhausen. Love the birthday greeting. Rugby player. Named after The Rock. The Rock are back. What? Going to wrestling mania. Yeah, good job. Hopefully win. Right, Sir Danhausen here to wish you a very nice, very good, very happy birthday as of some sort. Hopefully it was quite a wonderful time. Get to do whatever you want, I suppose, on your birthday. You can take an ice cream and such. Have a wonderful bowl of birthday soup. And do good time. May your enemies be dust. Happy birthday. It will be nice.
Birthday soup.
Yeah.
What?
I said it to him when I met him on Saturday. I was like, my friends got me a cameo for my 30th a couple of years ago of you. And I was like, did they? Well, sorry, no, the fucker broke gimmick, right? He's like, did they? I was like, they did. You wish me a bowl of bad birthday soup. And he goes, well, that's the best type of soup. I was like, thank you.
That's the best type of soup. Brilliant.
So I met him because I went to that WrestleMania 38, and I went to WrestleCon like just to meet him because I was like, that is because me and my friend were having a heap of pints, and like, we're going here, and like we kind of walked up to him, we're like, Danhausen, and he's like, hey guys, and we're like, just do the thing,
yeah. Say the line.
He's like, yes, no problem, just pay the fee, or like, you fucking cock. The balloon stuff's good, to be fair.
Yeah.
It is instantly better than anything with fucking gin money.
Like, if you can work a balloon, you know you're doing well, like, you know.
Yeah.
Let's start with the monkey.
Oh, he's a cheeky monkey. I don't know.
He's a cheeky booger. Is that what they're called? Cheeky boogers?
I don't know.
Him and his missus.
Yeah, I'm going. Oh. That's excellent. And Danhausen's the straight man here. Like that's really good. Float away.
Claire says she's over Danhausen. I'm over him as well. He's shite.
Yeah, you're over Danhausen. I thought you loved him after you had such a wonderful time meeting him.
I think she means he's over the buzz of it, like, or
okay.
She's after coming down off it.
Okay. Okay.
Danhausen reminds me of the lead singer of Ghost. No idea what that is. I cannot find anything about Crowley giving a change. It was about when Session Moth turned on him. He had something up and he was like, "No one will ever do this to me again. They always turn on you. It will never happen again." Something along those lines. So yeah, I can't remember what I've seen over the last couple of days. Everything's been a bit of a blur the last week. I've been up to my eyeballs and then with shows and all that kind of shit. So I don't even know when.
Yeah, you never want to see Danhausen again. Oh God, love you. Poor you. Well, I'm sure he'll love to see you again.
The only wrestler I want to meet is Kid Lykos. You just missed him on the show.
Yeah. Claire, Danhausen was straight over to Japan for a couple of days with GCW now as well. So they do an appearance with DDT too. So it's a man of the world.
Is he? He's not wrestling the what's the fucking thing's name? The
doll.
The doll, yeah. What's the name? What's the
No,
someone in the chat? Tell me the doll wrestler fucking name of the fucking thing, in DDT.
I remember. Nice.
Claire, I'll have a look for that later. If I find it, I'll send it on to you about the Crowley thing.
Yeah, Claire said he wasn't fighting the doll anyway.
That's a waste.
To
be fair, I don't know if Danhausen could wrestle the doll. I don't know if he has that.
Yoshiko, okay, fair enough. Okay, Dino Leary, I got the Dream Wrestler, which is very cool. Cool, very good. Fair play, meeting your Dream Wrestler, yeah. Sometimes in wrestling, more often than not, I think quite often they turn out to be better people than you reckon.
Yeah.
When you meet them one-on-one.
Which it's a far cry from what it was a decade or 2 decades ago, where it was probably the opposite of people.
Do you have any bad experiences?
No, I don't think so.
Well, would you like proper big level wrestlers? I mean,
yeah, no, I don't think I ever had a bad experience. I've had some meh experiences where it wasn't like as I expected. But yeah, everyone was pretty sound. Shawn Michaels, Edge, Cody, they were all deadly. Edge just wanted to keep talking. I actually
nice.
I had
is that Adam Copeland from AEW, is it?
No, it was when he was it looks like him, but he was actually really like much better. Right. So that WWE belt here at the bottom shelf, the Red Universal Championship was the first belt that I ever got. And obviously its lineage runs through the WWE Championship. So I was getting that signed by a few wrestlers. I think I have Edge and Shawn Michaels and maybe a couple of others on it. And I got Edge to sign it, and I asked him what he thought of the belt because it was only new at the time. It was only after coming out, and
I liked it.
He said, "I hate it." He said, "I hate it." Yeah, he says it has no individuality. Like it's just like stick the big logo on the belt.
That's what they all do. They all have that in WWE now. But like of all of them, I liked it. It was red and different. I hated the name. Like, I mean, because WWE, like, it's their PR company, everything's going to be branding, so like it's you have to accept that. I thought as the big W belts go, I liked it. It was just different. Like the one that when it went to blue on SmackDown, you're like, all right, well, this is might as well turn it black because blue just looks weird.
Oh, kick him the bollocks, like.
Yeah,
he was there for the taking.
No, he did an atomic drop, I suppose. He's wrestling shoot like.
Yep.
Yeah,
like the reason why I got that belt as my first belt, like one, it was the first time, well, probably not the first time, but it was the first time that it came up and I saw it on that it was like available and affordable.
Yeah.
And also Balor had just won it, and I'm a massive Balor mark, like, so.
Yeah.
It was a no-brainer for me to go pick that up, like, even if it does have a big W on it. It's not the most attractive looking belt, but yeah, just the meaning of it, of Balor being the first Universal Champion, first person to win that. It's red, matches his colour, and then I got the Balor side plates as well on it, so
He was there. We rescinded the title in Brooklyn.
Very emotional.
Yeah. Spilled the beer all over a father and his son in front of me.
Lovely.
Yeah, wasn't happy. Threatened me.
What's the crack with his monkey? Is it just his mate, like, that he used to bash people with it, like? Because Tom took it off him. Danhausen was in the ring with a giant panda. Great. I've seen that big panda thing.
Yeah.
Is it a panda?
I think so.
It's kind of like an animated kind of thingy, though, isn't it? It's the wrestler that got me into wrestling. Only bad experience I had was Scotty Too Hotty in Phoenix. Well, the thing is with Scotty Too Hotty in Phoenix is they booked a meet and greet, and then Scotty couldn't do a meet and greet. So yeah, like I think he did meet a few people at the interval, but I think he had to be out of there really quickly, so he couldn't hang around. So yeah, it might have been a bit abrupt.
I had a coffee with him a few weeks ago in Dulles International Airport. Very nice guy.
Yeah, I had a nice chat to him after the Hangover show there a couple of years ago. Yeah, really nice. He wasn't in any hurry that day, like, so it was great to see him. Teat.
He's a producer in AEW now.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be terrified if I was doing that spot that I'd end up swallowing one, like, and choking on it or something.
Go to sleep. Yes, sleep. Sleep deeply. That's a great sell.
Good finish.
Yep. Good match.
Yeah.
Charles Crowley's very good.
Yeah, he is.
Just like he leans more into the twat stuff and being a prick.
Yeah, I think if he starts wrestling a bit more serious and he can, like, that match was decent, but if he starts wrestling a bit more serious and maybe drops the gimmick level a little bit, yeah. I can definitely see him starting to get booked over here then.
He does a lot, like particularly when he was doing stuff with Alexis Falcon and stuff over in the UK.
Yeah.
But like, I think Progress quite often the way it's written is like funny on funny on funny, gimmick on gimmick. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just too much. A lot of the time, you can have 4 or 5 comedy acts on a show that aren't taken seriously, but it's obviously been a brilliant welcome change. See the likes of Martina being different. Yeah, it's in the groin. Martina with a different emphasis and presentation now going forward in products as well. Just new people in charge. Hopefully make things a bit better. Obviously are already with Martina and Luke Jacobs, so
Progress, I'm saying now OTT women's title division at the moment is meh.
There isn't an OTT.
There isn't a division. Like, who is
Debbie Keitel? Debbie Keitel is over in Rev Pro. Nita Vaughn's over in Eve. Like, they can be booked here. But there's no cost. There's a cost involved with these things as well.
Yeah.
Did
anyone notice the drop
kicks? Raven Creed's obviously not being booked up frequently.
Oh, we've seen this promo already, didn't we? This is the same one that they released, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for anyone that's in here who's not keeping up, we're at 1 hour, 16 minutes, 11, 12, 13 seconds. If you want to watch along with us, we're just on a Dan Maloney promo. Driller. Is he still using the Driller now?
Yeah. Obviously, almost more than Dan, to be honest.
Right. Driller Maloney. Just catch up with the chat here. Did anyone notice dropkick? Yeah, we spoke about the dropkick earlier on.
Back in 1 second.
So confused by the GN title. Santos is champ, but Celine never lost it. Yeah, she did lose it. Like, she did. She handed it over. She gave it away. Like, just take it for what it is. Like, there's I don't think there's any point questioning it, to be quite honest. Like Santos is the GN champion. That's it. Like, Toss Zarkov is dead. We're so glad to see him looking okay at Belfast. Yeah, he's okay. I told you in the chat what's with the monkey. Claire, that means that you're expecting me to read everything that you're writing as well, where, let's be honest, it's just easier to ignore you a lot of the times. So that's what I tend to do. No, I'm only joking. I didn't see it. The monkey is a panda. What? Are you talking about the panda in Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're confusing me with a monkey and a panda, like. He charged for shorts to get a photo with him.
That's
Scotty too high. Sorry, yeah. Remember that, like, yeah, like what do you want? Like he's there. He's there to make money at the end of the day. He's working, and not just him, but the promotion and probably the manufacturer as well that was at that show that day. So he's there to sell merchandise, and at the end of the day, if there's paying customers there, like, in my opinion, they should get priority over someone who just wants to go up and get a free photo and take up the time, where there is only a limited amount of time to make those sales and for people to buy shirts, photos, anything like that, you know. So that's just how I see it. I think it's the same with everything. I think people who are buying should always get priority. Okay, match. The comedy aspect was better than the in-ring perspective. Yeah, potentially. Wonder will the Irish Lashes be used more on Wolves going forward? Isn't it? It's like it's a cost thing. Like it's very black and white there. You know, it's like a lot of the time, like they were brought over. Like
it's also got to be like what's going to drive your revenue. What's going to generate revenue?
Yeah,
it's a business. Like, you can bring people over at a cost, but like, does somebody in Wolves who doesn't have exposure to OGT on demand, doesn't travel out for Irish shows, does he want to see Jay versus Cian Noonan? Like, why should he care about that? Do you know what I mean? Or why should he care about Barry versus Sammy D? Do you know what I mean? Like, regardless of their lineage within OTT, like, if they're not performing in front of these audiences outside of OTT while being champion, there's no reason for these people to understand the weight of who they are within Irish wrestling. I think Joe, over the first number of shows, really tried to drive in terms of awareness and bringing in Irish talents to wrestle with maybe more known names over in that part of the world. Sometimes it can feel like flogging a dead horse depending on ticket sales as well. So I think when you've got a weekend like this where it lines up, where you've got the likes of Maloney's back in the UK, you've got the likes of Trevor Lee's in the UK, you've already got Nemeth, you've got Danhausen, Mike Bailey, Robbie X is available. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got the likes of Connor Mills and stuff. You can call up for a train ride ticket rather than having to pay for flights and accommodation. Yeah.
But then when it lines up as well, that like you don't particularly need any of your big Irish names over there. Like previously, there probably was a case to have the draw there. You know, because of the stories that they were running and stuff. But the story for the draw this time was the run into the Saturday show at Be Cool. They didn't need to be there on the Friday. So therefore, why bring them? Because essentially, like, you bring the draw over, you're buying 8 plane tickets for 4 guys, 1 over, 1 back, and then hotel rooms and stuff as well, plus appearance fees. It just brings your cost up. Or the lads can just chill out in Dublin, and go to the show on Saturday and have a probably well needed rest before a big show on the Saturday.
Yeah, and I was speaking to somebody today, and like, you can be somebody in Ireland who does maximum 2 shows a month, where you can go out of your way, put yourself out there, try get opportunities across the UK, across Europe, build up your own name and brand and awareness. You can be a big fish in a small pond if you want, or you can try grow more, and then by doing so have an awareness at audiences like this, and you can almost be rewarded by being brought over like LJ for these shows. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the way you could see it. I think you've got the likes of Fabio and Martin Steers who are going above and beyond at the minute, like doing a huge amount of shows over in the UK, and they've been traveling over to seminars in Wales and beyond constantly. So when they were facing like the subculture in those back and forth matches, beating them and stuff over in Wolverhampton, there was an awareness of who they were as well, and it felt deserved too.
Yeah.
Or those people who just do their less than monthly OTT show, possibly with a Titanic show or an RCW show thrown in every 6 weeks or something. Like, how is that going to get you over with your second hometown in Wolves? Do you know what I mean? This is your second biggest audience. Like, how are you going to get yourself over if you're not putting yourself out there? That's just a common sense thing as well. It's obviously got to be a drive. Like, you're not going to get yourself over by just waiting for Joe to suddenly decide, okay, I'm going to pay extra for accommodation and flights for this fella and put him up in a match with a talent base over there who's well known. So
yeah.
Like
as well, like look at like someone like Dan Maloney, a New Japan talent, who, let's be fair, Joe probably didn't need to pay anything for him bar an appearance fee. Where for someone else they might have had to pay an appearance fee plus 2 flights and a hotel. And like, I'm not trying to diminish anyone's ability or capability, but like, Dan's a science talent, so
look at how Dan looks.
Yeah.
Look at that look. Why don't you look like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's...
Yeah.
Well, he didn't look like that a couple of years ago.
No.
He
didn't.
But he's gone all in. He's fucking backed himself. He's believed himself for a long, long time. He's worked bloody hard. He was in that first NXT UK type or WWE UK Championship tournament back in Blackpool back in the day. He's been there for a long time. He's worked for a very long time. He's travelled all over Europe. Every show up and down every town in the UK, that there's a public awareness of before he was even signed for New Japan. So things don't just happen to you. You need to put yourself out there. You need to make things happen for yourself. That's something you can apply for any area of life as well.
They're just talking about it on commentary here now as well. The change and the evolution of Dan Maloney.
But like, it's one of those ones where like, oh, it's an overnight success. He got into New Japan, changed everything. Like, he didn't. He's been working his arse off for years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's some like.
And where did I hear something before? Can't remember what I was watching. What he said, an overnight success, 20 years in the making or something. I can't remember where it was from though.
Yeah. People are saying the same thing about Joe Hendry. Sometimes it just takes like, you keep working at something slowly, then it'll all come at once. Like, it just suddenly something will click and it'll just happen.
We're at 1:25 here, an hour 25. If anyone is looking to catch up, who do you guys think stood out from the Irish talent over the weekend? Joe.
The show, Booker Man putting himself over.
To be fair, he did so much in that match. He was drawing the crowd in. He was bringing them up with, again, such simple, like just a hand gesture to like, and the crowd coming up for it. It's not everyone does that.
Maxter was excellent.
Yeah.
I thought. Still not sure about the freshness gimmick.
Yeah, I think I was saying it last week. I think the split for them is the right direction to go in. I think that
I think
very good singles wrestlers as well. So
speaking to somebody earlier, like, if he was fully agreeing that like wrestling, you just strike when things are hot. There's only so many times somebody can lose.
Yeah.
And I think they should have beaten the draw after they beat Subculture and stuff. That should have been their moment. They should have launched them into a different level of station. And you're kind of spinning your wheels doing them up a door and stuff. And they made the best of that. Not a shite. But they're two unbelievable talents who've got huge respect continent wide now. You could have even justified them winning this past weekend, but I think Joe has my eyes probably towards doing something with the Judgment Day.
Well, hopefully, in my opinion, is socially against Judgment Day.
Because obviously there's a relationship with Maxter and stuff there. Yeah, like I don't know, there's a few things like I didn't like Matthew Bullet Smith jumping up into Yara's face, the referee, and screaming, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like an inch away from her face. I know it's in character and stuff, but like it didn't look right. Um, yeah, I don't know. Don't really like him. Anyway, it's excellent. It's in the AJ Styles.
Claire said Terry. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Terry was the big standout on the Sunday. Probably the most, and it's crazy to say that Terry Thatcher had the most to prove because I don't think he did, but I think he felt he did. If that makes any sense. Like I don't think he had anything to prove, but I think that he felt that he needed to prove. And he did. He went above and beyond, and said everyone can watch that when Belfast comes out. Dara Lynch is the future. Long road ahead. I think what he's doing at the moment is working for now. It's not. I don't see it working long term. There's gonna need to be a lot of pivots and changes and adaptations of what that character is. Like at the end of the day, like he's the petulant child who is dependent on mommy and
That mammy, just the word mammy just sounds very like Mrs. Brown's Boys.
yeah.
That kind of Irish humor is just like.
But you can't play that out for another. Like you can't not that you can't play it out, but you can't even play out that character for another few years because like.
So what do you do without his mum?
Yeah.
I mean, that character wise. I mean, what do you do without that in your corner? What does that like if that's your coach for kind of getting yourself over almost to a degree?
The way everyone has been hyping up Terry versus Speedball, I better cream me pants when it comes out on demand. Whatever floats your boat.
Alex, fair enough. Clear your pants, Alex. Fair play. Barry was obviously incredible despite being injured. Yeah. Justy, I think, might have had one or two issues because some things just felt clunky.
The story that he was portraying though throughout the match I thought was very good, and it needed, I think, that extra thread running through the match because there's the hatred between Sam and Barry, but then the question of where do Justy's loyalties lie, so
I know, but I meant in terms of certain moves and stuff. Yeah.
Like to be fair to Justy as well, and like I'm not sure how many people know this, but like that was Justy's first kind of. I don't really want to like diminish any other matches, but it's the one that he put a lot more effort into in probably since his Hard Knocks 4-way match maybe last year. Yeah. So in a long time, like it's like he put a lot into it, where a lot of others where he was in tag team matches or whatever, and he spent a lot of time outside the ring and or being in there with a couple of younger lads where they just throwing them around a bit, so
Jay was obviously coming back from injury as well. He's excellent. So
mad bastards throwing himself around doing things I did not expect him to do.
Yeah. Alex, I sincerely apologize for upset you there, but I hope it was fine. I said Alex, you will, because it was mimicking what Claire said, or just reading what Claire said rather. So anyway, there's a few other two else in the first half of the show. What was the opening match? The lads in the flats versus BDE. They're all good. Great opening match. Kind of atmosphere builder, stage setter. I think everybody was excellent. There's nobody can say it wasn't poor. Obviously, I didn't see Terry or Cian Noonan or Luke Frahel on the Sunday, but
they all impressed.
Yeah, that's really well. Obviously, it was pretty brilliant as usual, I'm sure. So yeah.
This match needs a spark now. Where's the spark? Saying on commentary, very slow, methodical pace. Yeah, it is, and now we need to give us something to bring it up now. So I think you have these slower pace matches on cards, and it's all well and good to kind of like, as we say, like you can't stay up there the whole time. You have to kind of bring it down and kind of bring it back up and bring it down, bring it back up. And we're at a bit of a down point here, but now they need to bring it back up again. Like
you need to double down now. So off the double down, then you can build it up there.
Yeah.
Another Irish standout, obviously Damo decapitating Ilya Zarkov.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, I don't know how he still has a head and the shoulders, but anyway. Yeah, lots of good Irish standouts. Like, you know, there's all this talk of like, oh, a champion for the Irish and all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's some wrestlers who are regular in OTT, and some who've moved from foreign countries to live in this country.
Mm-hmm.
That language really annoys me half the time, because it feels exclusionary. Do you know what I mean? Like it should be like OTT champion for those who wrestle here, for those who appear here often. You can extrapolate it and make it sound so much better than just feel that kind of crappy language. And it's lazy language. It's thoughtless language. Like Josh, Renzo, Ilya, Andrea. You got Ty. You got the likes of Celine was at the show on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We saw her, like, she wasn't featured, but like there's so many people that you're leaving out, and then you got like the man like Dereiss and stuff who's likely going to be challenging for a title again soon. They'd be like, oh yeah, Irish plus him. Like, it's just, I just find the stupid language, and it's very much feeding into kind of modern culture, thoughtless commentary. But anyway.
The Driller Killer.
Corey Omari says there.
Corey 0, yeah. I'm presuming.
Yeah. Pretty great.
Yeah, again, someone else who like left their homeland to move to.
Yep.
To Ireland to.
A lot of the time, like Omari, the most welcoming, committed guy you can ever meet when you're training and stuff. People like there's a lot of people who train in Ireland who are Irish, who aren't the nicest sorry to break the bubble, aren't the nicest of people. They're not the most welcoming. Whereas you got a certain other schools and everybody welcomes you straight away. Nice. Then you got other people. Like, you got the likes of Omari and a couple other people we listed a while ago. They go
a lot of people on the scene right now have a lot to be thankful for to Omari, and I'm sure a lot are based on what he did for them probably over the last couple of years.
If you attend or wrestle any camps, if anybody who's done any beginners pieces, might have been wrestling in the first couple of days, wrestling with kind of more seasoned veterans, you're in for spots or whatever. Yeah, if you're somebody who's not physically as capable of others, he's always the first one to volunteer and help people out, jump in with anybody, do things off his own back. So yeah. Anyway.
Oh, landed it. So what was the name of that driver?
Probably Falcon Arrow, was it? Or something.
It's like some of the suplexes as well. Like some of them, like I know the name of, and then like someone will whip something out of the bag. It's like, what the fuck is that called?
Yeah. That was very good.
Presume we're going to see both these boys when we go over to London as well, in some capacity.
Probably, yeah.
Connor probably on Progress as well.
They don't have Dan will be on Progress, but Connor should be, yeah.
That match today, did you see the match announcement today?
What was today?
Damo and Axel against Smoking Aces.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Styles clash.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get him over. Can't get him over.
And many people do styles clashes now without context.
Yeah.
Is weird to me. Like you could have found something else to do there. It didn't need to be so. Anyway, yeah. Progress is looking good there on the Monday. Yeah, hopefully it'll be there as well.
Claire won't be there as far as I know. I think she's annoyed that she's not going to be there.
Okay.
I think she's doing Riot. She is
And
potentially doing Rev Pro now as well. So there's a lot on that Saturday as well before Rev Pro. It's too much, I think, for me.
I probably won't do Riot either, to be honest.
No, I liked Riot last year. It was good fun.
It did, yeah, but at the same time, like if you're doing, but it's the last year it was 3 days of wrestling in a row. Did that today with this year would be 4.
Yeah.
Like,
Part and parcel of the festival of wrestling.
I know, but then I'm also going to be at Cardiff on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Thursday I'm out with some dinner with some people in talent, whatever, and then Friday I'll probably just a lot of friends living over there as well, so just try to do something a bit different as a break from wrestling as well. Whoa.
Struggling to work out my day. It's Friday flights have shot up. Bank holiday weekend, like that's need to book them early.
Yeah.
Dublin shows just after going up.
Nice.
Go watch me help Barry win the OTT Championship. You're welcome, Barry.
You did help.
Did I tell you what he did to me actually?
What did you do?
So he's on the stairs and Frettel says, go help him back into the ring. So we go and we help him to the ring. Get him to the ring, he gets up on the apron and everyone moves away and I'm just starting to move away. And Trent kicks him back off the apron so the count wasn't broken. And Barry's on the deck and he goes, Colin, help me up. So I went over and started helping him up, right? And he fucking sandbagged me. So I'm fucking holding on for their life going, you fucking wanker. And I turn around like, come on lads, we just fucking help. And then 2 or 3 more came over to help him up. But he absolutely sandbagged me as I'm helping him up.
Fair play knowing that you would do that though.
You what?
Fair play, like him knowing that, like when he planned that out, like knowing you boys would get up and do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I was the same at the Rumble as well, you know.
Oh yeah. But the Rumble was kind of contrived, right?
Yeah.
In terms of like all the fucking extras were fucking slapping the ring and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
You know, like that I could like. Whereas when they're slapping the ring, this time it was authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one felt less forced and felt more organic as well.
Then the referee went into business for himself.
Frick.
Next OTT champion.
Yeah, listen.
Foxy versus Damo.
Spectacular, Mr. Fox.
Up and over. That's where we usually sit.
Yeah, because you're front row, that's right.
Yeah. Great seats there as well.
Yeah. It's a great arena.
Don't like the barriers though.
Wait.
Just, I don't know. Just indie wrestling feels like it shouldn't have that separation. Nice. That's nice.
I almost prefer the barriers.
Yeah. I just think
I think OTT does it well, but then you go to other shows, you go to like say Progress and the ballroom, and like that feels like But I don't know.
Yeah, no, I just feel that one of the things that makes indie wrestling different is that you're in the action. You're not separated. You don't have a big barrier in front of you. You know, so. It just makes you feel. It just makes it feel like that. Like the performance area isn't beyond the barrier. It's everywhere. You get me?
I think it's kind of a horses for courses as well. I think that I think it works well with the hanger though. I don't know, just the whole setup. It feels a lot like more of a professional setting.
The one thing that I do like about the barrier is that like it's a good footrest.
Okay.
It is though. Like.
Yeah. So when's the next Wolves show going to be? The 25th of October then, do you assume?
Probably not.
Oh. Or would you anticipate the early next year? Or what do you reckon?
As far as I know, there won't be a Wolves show anniversary weekend.
Okay.
Dublin and Belfast are planned. But yeah, no Wolves show as far as I know.
Fair enough. They'd be as well trying to capitalize on it. I think. So anyway, it obviously depends.
I think it's a case of talent isn't available that day.
There you go. Simple solution. Is our simple answer.
Like you can't run that weekend with the people that are on that show in Dublin and not have them on that Wolf show. So.
Yeah.
And then they need to be back in the US by Monday.
Okay.
So they're not going to be on the Belfast show either, I don't think.
Is that the week of the shows, the European tour, is it?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I know it's around then. It might be early November.
Check the WWE website.
But I assume it's been done in conjunction with that anyway. See Corey Brennan taking a common sense stories that everybody know and everybody's spoken to Michael Oak who knows already, proclaiming them as Fightful Select exclusives this evening.
What, that he's going to be on All In?
On the Cardiff shows, yeah. If you listen to my interview, you got to listen to that. But it's a Fightful Select exclusive. Pay me €5. No, you're a fucking idiot.
Nice lariat.
Yeah, this is a good match. This is a very good match.
Leg on the rope.
Like under the... No,
Is it?
Ooh.
Is it?
Ooh, Daniel. Ring awareness. Stick your whole leg out. That's subjective.
They are in... No, they're in the UK like a week before that.
Okay, so I know, but yeah, I knew that the Irish show was in around that time anyway.
So they have... So their last date is in Manchester on the 16th.
Okay.
And then
what day is the Dublin show?
26th. It's 10 days later.
Sorry, the Dublin WWE show, that is.
Oh, sorry. That's November, I think.
Yeah, so I thought it was like the week after. So I thought they were coming to Dublin, say, the 26th. The 26th is Saturday, and then they'd be rolling through to the Dublin, like, till the next weekend in Europe. Like, I assumed the Monday would have been the Raw in London or something. Otherwise, they're going back and forth a couple of times.
But I think they will be going back and forth a couple of times because they're back over then again on like the 4th of November. After Crown Jewel on November 2nd.
Yeah.
So it's just part and parcel, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you'd have thought like Joe might have been dictated to in terms of like, no, if you want them, you get it during this week or something. But anyway.
Oh well, the show is the same weekend that it usually is. It's the bank holiday weekend, which is the AM. So there's nothing different in show week.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he has moved it a week forward or a week back at times as well, but I think the aim for the two big shows is always anniversary, the bank holiday weekend in October, and then the Scrapper show. The aim is always Paddy's weekend. That might not always be the case, but it should always be in and around those two. Match picked up a lot at the end. Yeah, it had to as well. Like it was a very slower paced match.
Excellent match. Wraps built up longevity.
Speaking of interviews, Mark, really enjoyed Ace Steel. Nice guy.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that's very kind of you. Yeah, it was one of the more enjoyable conversations I've had. Yeah. Yeah, obviously there's certain things I couldn't talk about, but yeah,
Why couldn't you talk about them?
Yeah, there's legal reasons for that. So.
Could you talk about the reason why you couldn't talk about it?
I just didn't push my luck. I chatted to him before and afterwards. Like,
ask him about a dog.
Didn't. I just chatted to him as a human being. Just,
yeah.
I spoke to him about like a load of stuff off camera, like about his promo All In where he's swearing and effing and jeffing in ring with CM Punk and stuff, and the stuff with AEW, like he was producing around, like he produced the dog collar program and matches and stuff, and he did a load of other people he worked with that he really enjoyed, and what it was like in the creative team in AEW after he was kind of part of the Collision era, working remotely from home, and but it was just one of those things. Like once you open an area of topic conversation, it's just like I'm not going to talk. You can't talk about that in camera, so why talk about it?
Yeah.
Obviously, the stuff that he legally couldn't talk at all.
Yeah.
About it. So they were just as well focusing on what stuff you can talk about. There's so much to talk about in his career, be it from Former Center, TNA, Joe Hendry, CM Punk and stuff. So yeah, they gave me like 50 minutes. I mean, could have gone for an hour and a half if he wanted. But
yeah.
And
this fella looks so different.
If he is not signed in AEW this time next week,
that song is shit.
What's the song?
Some shit song. It's not stacking money in any way.
Oh, fuck off. It's some just generic indie. Like, yeah, I'm tough. No. You're back to Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, stacking money.
Yeah.
Screw all the controversies. He was very interested and loved people who speak about wrestling with such passion.
Thanks very much, Claire.
But what about Cameron Grimes, Trevor Lee's lack of a beard, Claire?
I like him with this. I think he looks better like this. I would get, like, he's somebody who can do everything. If he's not signed by AEW after All In, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, get rid of Penta and Phoenix if you want. Get him and Ricochet in and it'll draw you more money.
The fella should have stayed in NXT. I don't think he would have had much of a choice.
I don't think. Yeah, sorry, Triple H. I will retain my right to be paid at a significantly lower rate in the developmental system. Trent fucking Chevy.
They had the mute.
Sorry, Trent was unbelievable on Saturday. He was just he was magic.
He usually is like.
He was absolutely incredible. Everything he did, every look he gave, every word he said. He was he couldn't have looked like more of a big baddie if he tried when he came out to face Barry. Like, obviously, he's a different guy here now, but like it was impeccable. I couldn't be more impressed with him on that the weekend.
I wonder how many towels he has with AEW on them in a cardboard box in a warehouse somewhere.
Yeah,
do you reckon he has loads of them? Like,
he tried. And it was actually, do you see the ones he had with the AEW logo on it? They were the ones he had done with the OTT logo on,
yeah.
And then he put the AEW logo above it.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think he was selling them though. I think that was just his own towel.
Okay.
I think the ones that he was selling only had the singular logo.
Okay.
But yeah, his own towel he had the two, which was pretty cool to see.
Trevor Lee can do absolutely anything in ring. And the fact that he's got layers and upon layers of character work now, and he's also trusted as being like the guy who handholds a lot of the part timers and stuff. And over the last couple of years and trainees, particularly like Logan Paul and whatever, I just think he's incredible. I think he's one guy. Like you look at WWE NXT now, and like last night you had their main segment was Ethan Page and Joe Hendry, and like in what world you have either of them over Trevor Lee? Like, like imagine what an Ethan Page Joe Hendry match is going to be like.
I like Ethan Page. I'm still not sold on Joe Hendry as a wrestler.
I liked Ethan Page in AEW for when he's a tag team, but then when he did his like Johnny TV Ring of Honor stuff, I was like, okay, I kind of see why. I liked him as because he's a guy who put himself out there to do every promotional opportunity, and he kind of really worked his arse off and that kind of stuff. Fair play. Then like his matches in NXT, he seems to just shit the bed every time, or not shit the bed. It's just he looks just. You kind of just see why. Okay, that's why he was on AEW Dark for years.
Yeah.
The same when you see like Sean Spears and main events and stuff. You're like, okay, well, not anymore. Whereas this guy here, I think, is fucking money.
Put the fucking hat on, grow your fucking beard.
Like, I think he looks better now. But there was a time and place for that now, and it would just feel like going back to something where he's trying to be different now, trying to be new.
Doesn't need to be different. It worked. It worked fucking massive.
Maybe it doesn't like the beard and the heat. It's uncomfortable.
The hat though has to at least put the hat on. Like
he looked crap when he first debuted. I think we talked about this before, or it might have been you. But when he first debuted, he was Trevor Lee, just flippy dippy TNA guy.
Yeah,
did stuff with Andrew Everett beforehand, and suddenly he was wearing like this really crap hat and crap waistcoat, and like doing over the top. And I was like, I hate this guy. It's just forced crap stick. And then he kind of grew and grew and grew, and then his Ted DiBiase, that damn Ted DiBiase, and then like being a foil for LA Knight at the time. It was really, really good.
He worked a good program with was it Baron Corbin as well at the time?
Probably,
was it Baron Corbin?
Possibly, yeah, but it happened to be like it was just like. It was unfortunate the stuff he was doing was at a time when like 99% of everything else across all other WWE programming was crap or ridiculous. So do you know what I mean? It just felt like there was stuff like that. It kind of falls through the cracks then. It's not as appreciated as what it could be because like you could turn on. It was during pandemic and you turn on Raw, and Seth Rollins is trying to take Rey Mysterio's eyeball out.
These two would have worked together before as well, wouldn't they?
I don't know.
I think they would have been in NXT at the same time.
I don't think Trent was really in NXT.
He was NXT Tag Team Champion, like.
No, he did bits, but like bits. Never like training down there and then regularly.
Yeah, I know.
Like I think Trevor Lee can do anything. He's put on a fair bit of size actually.
Michael got a CMLL Trent still. There you go. Philip Salan.
Right? He made it. When was Trent in CMLL? I know he's done this fantastic Mania with Rev Pro, which are joint shows, but I've never seen him over in CMLL.
You never know. Never know with this fella. Yes. They're just as I say on commentary. They've shared locker rooms in Wolverhampton. They've shared locker rooms in Florida.
Okay, there you are.
What the fuck was that? I think now my sound is down low, but Trevor just went. He's like, "Oh, Trent fucking fuck," or something like that. Like,
yeah.
I'd have to listen to that back. That was very good.
Yeah, it just seemed like it was just kind of crowd work, mimicking stuff. Like, there's Hogan.
Go on, Trent. Do it. Oh, yes. Get up.
Wow, fair
You're done.
play.
Gio
Right.
just said, I will pay Trent Seven's wages if he can do this.
With very quick hips, to be fair to him.
His chops are vicious, though. Vicious chops.
They said it, Barry. He like, absolutely murdered him.
Yeah.
I was like, what does Barry owe this man? Like, what has he stolen from him? What wrong has he done to him that he warrants this like physical abuse? Because it's funny watching Trent and you're like, how much of this to shoot?
Yeah. Good 50%, I'd say.
He's posted about it since, like, say, calling it Barry's night and stuff, a bit magic and that. So, like, fair play to him.
Yeah, like he's no idiot either, you know. Like I'm sure he knows how special it was. Like,
yeah,
he's been around it enough. Like,
to go from that 8-man tag to bring it all the way down, to bring it all the way back up. That's maestro stuff.
Fence going.
It wasn't like a 5-minute man.
There's Rob.
There's Rob and other people. Don't know the rest of them.
It doesn't matter. It's just Rob.
How are you, Mark? How are you, Rob? I don't call, baby. Yeah. That's the extent of our interaction again. It's just made my day.
Best week in London ever. Rob just walking around. Anyone with a fucking wrestling shirt, he just screamed, I don't call, baby. Like, he could be down the road from him.
Man, Trevor Lee. This guy could be the face of a company. I think he's that good. No, not WWE, but I think he could be certainly TNA World Champion or that level.
You don't see much of this with Trent, don't you know?
I'm taking
the heat, yeah.
Well, different audience, you know?
Yeah.
It's like be difficult for a Wolves crowd to boo Trevor Lee either. I.
Another reason why I hate those rounds.
But I think it adds to it.
Gone out dinged knee a few times. Nearly lost my leg a couple of times because your leg would be going through those bars.
Not your claim against fucking Cabray.
Yeah, imagine. Like,
a man who kayfabes his own shoot name. Shocked when he told me. Shocked when he told me that. It's like, Jesus, that is important. Like, that's
always working. I might start using it now that it's retired.
Homage of the ring.
Do a flip. Ah, baller.
Do a move. No, don't do a move. Yes. Does he understand his role? But man.
Tad bit high there, lad. Tad bit high.
Yeah.
Nice knee to the face.
Boy got hopped. Hammer ass. How the hell did he not get anything on the main roster? Like?
There's, you know yourself. Like, so much of it isn't just.
Sorry. It's like if you're relying on one rider to suddenly come up with something. Do you know what I mean? It's the amount of shit.
But then it's also the political game as well. Like how well do you play that side of things, and who
Yeah,
do you
and
have in
I
your
mean,
corner, and
but
so
like you look at the amount of fucking racial related stuff going on, like it's just madness. But anyway,
LWO.
LWO, he held El Phantasmo, all that stuff, and then when Bobby Lashley was with Street Profits and everything, and then English people could only wrestle other English people for a while. Irish people can only be involved in that as well. It was just like bizarre. Yeah, the Mexicans get the worst of it over there for some reason.
Is this fella actually a big redneck or what?
It's North Carolina. Trained in not trained by, but his dad was part of the Omega Matt Hardy faction in the 90s.
Right.
So he's very close with the boys in Cameron, North Carolina. Bible Belt country.
Hardys are from there, aren't they? They're North Carolina.
Yeah, Cameron, North Carolina, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. The range of his strikes are just so much better than Trent's. Oh.
Doesn't have chops like that though.
No, I know, but it's just like it's the effort to kind of move with it and go with it. It just looks visually. Fair play, Trent. Two seconds.
Come up from, will you? Just fucking idiots. No. Crowd bad there. Bold crowd. Yeah, you could see him. He was asking. I know he's been portraying the heel, but like he was hitting the mat, came up face up to the crowd. It's like, come up for the two boys getting back up, and that's something that I think we there was a lot missed of that on the Saturday night as well, So.
Mm. Oh, Tyler Driver. Great kick out.
Tyler Driver 97.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a wrestler right now, I'd just do a big dirty lariat or something and call it a fucking...
A what?
A big dirty lariat. And just call it like whatever my name is, Driver 24. Just for the crack. Just to piss a few people off.
Yeah.
Like the Colin Driver 24, and it's just a big fucking clothesline.
Yeah.
Nice. The Troy Wizard. Is that what he calls the running egg?
Troy Wizard.
The Troy Wizard. Big Harry Potter fan.
Like, the Shining Wizard sounds stupid as it is, so it's probably not the worst idea, do you mean?
Screen's gone.
Your screen's gone?
No, that screen's gone.
Sorry, the black back there, yeah.
He's having a stroke there at the moment. Every time someone gets hit up on the ropes like that and they're bent down, like just give him go on, cheeky Nando's, get his head down, give him a kick in the head. Love a cheeky Nando's. Rana?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, yeah. Fair play, Trent. All right, Trevor.
I'm really surprised there hasn't been like a door or a chair out and brought into play yet.
No, yeah, Trevor Lee's got too much common sense.
Nice.
Or Trevor Lee, I've just come off a full-time WWE contract. I will not be doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
I will have a wrestling match because wrestling is better when it's just a wrestling match. I actually I hate gimmick shit like that. I was like on the weekend we've got somebody getting DDT'd on a chair. That makes sense, but it's done in kind of storyline wise. But fucking self-indulgent shit for the sake of self-indulgent shit is just shit.
Oh, yeah. It's Trent and Wolverhampton. What more would you expect?
No, I know, but like say GCW and stuff. Like it's just like no, it's just not for me. I want wrestling. And I want stuff to stay between the ropes. I hate even on the outside half the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a wrestling ring isn't just the ring anymore. A wrestling ring is including the whole surrounding area of the ring.
Yeah,
It's a TV set nowadays.
Yeah.
Wrestlers feel obligated to use every inch of it for some reason and use the announcer tables as spots during a normal match and stuff.
Yeah.
I saw something today that's anniversary of coming up with the sorry, not the anniversary. I don't know why I popped in my timeline. It was the John Cena AJ Styles 2017 Royal Rumble match.
Yeah.
With the best match of their series because it was critically acclaimed. They never left the ring once.
Wasn't really interested in this match, if I'm being honest. Yeah, that's fair enough. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like I was looking forward to it, to seeing Trevor Lee, and yeah, he's very impressive there. Like, I was kind of hoping that he might be available or around October 26th.
Yeah. I think you'd be mad if you're a television company, be it AEW or TNA, not, and you have available budget, not to sign him immediately. Like I know some people are mad about say Dijak, but I'd have Trevor Lee a million miles ahead of him. Now, what is Trent saying to us here, Colin?
Just saying thank you at the moment. Is it the last time they wrestled in Wolverhampton back on the planet?
Get a haircut, you hippie. Shave those sideburns.
The Bear plays a Fight Club Pro. Elephant in the room. Trent's not the main event.
Repeat that?
What?
What did he say there? Repeat that?
He says, don't be sad though, tonight you have Nick fucking Nemeth. And then he pointed at a bloke in the crowd and he's like, yeah, you fucking know. You're fucking Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
Talking about Fight Club Pro again, where the last show there, him and Tyler lost to man like Dereiss and Maloney. Okay. Fair enough, didn't expect that. Tonight, Dereiss.
Repeat that last part.
Tonight it's the Dereiss's main event. It's Dereiss's night, and we should all be getting fucking behind them because it's his night.
Okay.
Didn't expect that.
Well, he plays pool. It's cool.
Of course he does. Football fan from Birmingham. Thought you have to play pool.
I don't really understand pool. Right, yeah.
I like the way that there's not a singular camera shot though, meaning that he missed every single shot.
Yeah. The following contest is for one fall. One fall.
Could I have the competitors to the ring, please? Interesting.
This is the main event. Jesus,
Yeah.
fucking. It's gonna be 40 odd minutes.
Well, this Dereiss entrance is about fucking 10 minutes.
Is this the new one or the old one?
The new one.
Oh, it went on way too long. Sorry, it went on way too long. Is that right? I looked at Foxy and he was like shaking his head. And
Did
I tapped my wrist.
you look at Dan Barry? Nearly
No, I
sleeping in the ring.
I was ridiculous. So the fucking Titantron's running out of battery there.
Loose connection on the top right.
Right, Nick, shape of his life though.
Mm-hmm. Like his new glasses with the writing on it. When I saw Owen, you say Seshmat.
Right.
That was one of the funniest moments I've ever seen in my life. Just fell absolutely flat on its face in Belfast. It was one of the hangover shows. I think it was after one of the anniversary shows. They were out in the piss and they did this whole thing where they came in dressed up because they were after being at a fancy dress like. Yeah. And Seshmat gets into the ring and everyone's gone ballistic and she says, when I say O1, you say Seshmat. And she goes, O1. And I just died. And Dereiss is just standing there, pissing himself laughing, going, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he goes, when I say session, you say Mott. And then you could see it dawn on her, then she's like, alright, yeah, that worked.
That would have made sense, yeah.
Our friend Connor, Connor Duffy, fell asleep in the complex.
Oh, nice.
And now when I say fell asleep, he was dozing, right? He was after hammering about 10 White Claw or something like. Right. So he's dozing and he's doing the nods and stuff, right? And Dereiss comes out, and he goes, when I say O1, and he didn't even finish talking, and he just kind of like abruptly wakes up out of his sleep, and he just goes, O1. Everyone just turned and looked at him like, oh, what the fuck is up with you?
I'll never understand people getting absolutely blasted for a wrestling show.
No, I don't get it.
The way, like, I mean, like, sorry, like, each their own. It's a night out, people, and it's enjoyment, but like, it's like when I go to rugby matches and half the crowd are just fucking pissed.
There was two people there on Saturday, and I don't know if you saw them. There were to my right, on that side facing the ring, and fella and a girl, and they're just absolutely hammered, like proper hammered. Your man is asleep, so your one gets up and fucks off somewhere, and your man's sitting there. She's gone, so he's sitting there and he's like, out. He's like there asleep, gone. And then she comes back, and then he wakes up, and then he starts doing fucking Jesus on the cross on the chair. He's like this. and there's like randomers sitting beside him and behind him and all, going like, what the fuck is going on with this fella?
Like, you can do that at home.
Yeah. But like,
Do you know what I mean?
there's not a fucking hope that either of those two remember that show entirely.
No, but I mean, like,
Maybe the first two matches, like.
there's so many less expensive ways of doing that.
Yeah.
I'm turning. Might as well turn the sound down for a bit.
This is a shit entrance song, by the way. Said it on Saturday as well. Shit.
It's worked out for it. It's the same people who did Cody Rhodes' entrance song and Matt Cardona's entrance song. So they're all like best friends, that kind of crew.
Yeah.
So it's a group called Downstate.
Downstate, yeah.
So even Cardona's one, like, always ready. So like, they've all like gone to them with like their gimmick and a hook.
Yeah.
I want to be the always ready guy. I want to be the wanted man.
Yeah.
And then Cody's gone like they've kind of struck luck with Cody's run, obviously, and they've kind of lived off that.
Yeah.
I don't mind Nick Nemeth one.
I just miss his old too.
Oh yeah, I know, but I think it's different, and it had to be different.
Oh, of course, yeah. But like, I get his TNA signed, but with it being on an indie, you could get away with playing whatever fucking music you want. Like, even on the comedy show on Thursday, they could have played one of his love songs for the crack, like.
Yeah.
Just to kind of pop the crowd a bit, even like.
Yeah.
Like, they literally have to call him Dolph Ziggler on commentary.
He's a lot bigger than you think.
He's what?
A lot bigger than you think.
Bigger size-wise?
Height and size.
He seemed very tall and thin.
But he's fucking broad. There's shit ton of lean muscle on him. Like, couldn't get over how wide his back was, and just from sitting in front row, like, just dwarfing LJ in every way.
Like, look at him there beside Dereiss, like he's
a lot bigger than he's physically bigger. Like, you can just see the lean muscle tissue when he takes this thing off in a minute. It's I put money at a price. Like, it's got stick legs, so that's probably giving the game away. But anyway.
I was talking to someone today who they don't go to too many shows, and I don't think they've gone to a show in like maybe a year or so.
Yeah.
And they were at the show on Saturday, and he says one of the standout things for them was how good everybody looked. Everybody looked really well. Like, everyone looked as if that they were like jacked or lean, or like they all had a look about them, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to see generally, but I think there was the handful of lads who like looked out of shape and didn't look good, and I made them stand out a bit more. But like, I suppose it shows that like across the board things are more professional. People are taking them more seriously, which can only be a good thing and such.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, as we said before, there's reasoning behind like the likes of Charlie and Sam being out of shape and whatnot. So, right. So look at his back here, just lean, broad muscle tissue. I say he fucking does pull-ups with like 100 kilos.
His legs look so scrawny though, don't they?
Yeah, he just does a shit ton of body weight stuff.
Upper body business.
He's got like a collegiate wrestling background, so I'd say he's fucking strong enough stuff. It'd be worthwhile you sitting down with LJ on chatting about this, actually, if you can. Get a few kind of interesting pieces on it. I'd say you're the man to talk to about Irish wrestling. I fucking pull down your underpants. Go on there. I hate when people's gear shows, or the underpants underneath gear kind of slides down or whatnot.
Don't like the Calvin's on show, no?
No, but I mean, it's part of the gimmick for him, right? But you see other lads who, when they're twice slide down, you see they don't
It's
do
like
it.
pull
Be
them
just
up.
like that, it's bad. Like, whereas you see Dolph Ziggler, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did you like Justy's were
I think he can.
out the whole time?
Because his outer ones kept sliding down the entire time, and he kept having to pull them back up
Yeah.
constantly. So I was like,
But
I
then
didn't really.
then his
I didn't get it at
then his
first.
inner
I didn't
ones
get
were
it.
slightly further up as well though.
Yeah,
And
I
then he
didn't
did the gimmick where he pulled them right up like.
Yeah, it took me a while for him to cop that they were actually two separate things. And
Okay, right, yeah. And as soon as I seen them, I'm like, I was actually waiting for him to do that, like.
Yeah. Years ago, I brought two non-wrestling fans to that. Oh, that Trinity comedy show that Jane Money runs.
Right, yeah.
Obsessed with Justy.
Which one was it?
What was the Trinity? What's it called?
Trinity Brawl?
Trinity Brawl or something.
Was it the last one that was on where Justy's lying on the ground in the ring for 20 minutes before the show?
Yeah. They're just going around town with the wrestling. Like, just stay. Like, they wouldn't get this. You bring them to this, like you wouldn't bring them. So, I mean, they would enjoy Saturday, but like a wrestling show, which the Wolves kind of down a bit more. They'd be kind of getting bored and getting points.
So many good gimmicks on that, apart from Fabio, who was just Fabio.
Yeah.
Sorry, and Justin as well.
Training with Jay the next day in the school of art wrestling, and I can't remember what his gimmick was. But he kept doing
some hillbilly thing or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he was doing the wrist hold thing.
Yeah.
So he's just going around introducing himself and doing that before shaking hands.
Right, yeah.
Even Martin's gimmick was really good, like kind of cowboy.
Yeah.
On to fuck her up.
Are we done?
Huh?
Nemeth saying to the crowd, "Are we done? Are we done?"
Yeah. We that.
It's just such a shame as well with some of these some of the big stars that like it's very much a one and done, isn't it, for them? Like
Yeah.
Nemeth seemed to enjoy himself, and anyway, heard good feedback.
Everything he did, yeah, he's a really cool guy behind the scenes as well, from all accounts.
Yeah.
Giving and quite generous in some of the things he gifted people. Yeah, all around good guy, and like just how willing he was to engage with the audience and kind of get in the swing of like an independent carnival. Look, he's fucking massive. Get in the swing of things with the independent show, kind of carnival atmosphere, and kind of play to that, and kind of go into the ring, assume there's going to be a 50-50 crowd, given the nature of kind of LJ and the Irish faithful and whatnot, but he's also Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
And leaning fully into that, kind of being the heel without any egos or whatever, so.
There's always that air of like, are you just gonna get a found in type match as well, you know? So
yeah.
Are they gonna just do 10 minutes, phone it in for 10 minutes and fuck off, like?
Yeah. No, he makes you work. Like there's not gonna he doesn't do anything overly spectacular. He never has.
Yeah.
He just makes you work hard and makes you. He can put you at a pace where you can't keep up with needs to be. But worrying if that's not his child.
It's not. Found them outside.
If you're ever in that position, Colin, do not grab somebody else's child.
Unless you're using them as a shield.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but just don't grab children. That seems like a good idea.
There's actually a lot of chairs there.
Are you going to the RCW show in mid-September?
Probably not. No.
Oh, just something popped up there on the screen there.
Why? What was it?
Just a promo from Debbie Keitel, Jane Money, and Jay Money. For their show, obviously a pre-recorded piece for the show. They have been to that pavilion before. One of the shows in that you always got the Hard Knock show soon as well.
Fourth or second, something like that. I'm presuming there's going to be an OTT show and around there as well.
Yeah, September 1st. Yep.
I know that the Sheriff Street shows are the end of the month, I think, the end of September.
Yeah, it's like September 1st. It's the day after Bash in Berlin. So you be going to the? I assume you go Hard Knock, yeah.
Probably, yeah. Everything's up in the air at the moment.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm not really looking past London for now. Like,
Well, yeah.
like, yeah. I'll assess on the 28th when I go back.
You will be wrecked in a week as well.
I'm very tired.
Yeah.
Or from London week, or from last week.
No, man. Well, I don't know what you were doing last week, but from London week, I mean.
Yeah. It's gonna be a long week. Be a fun week though. Be a very fun week. We've a lot on.
What's your schedule again?
Like what am I doing? Like.
Yeah, you got Riot Friday, Rev Pro Saturday, All In Sunday.
Course Child Wednesday, 2 shows.
Yeah,
Starlight Express Thursday, Riot Friday, Rev Pro Saturday, All In Sunday, Progress Monday, and then Kelly was looking at potentially Wizard of Oz, Phantom of the Opera on Tuesday.
That'd be brilliant. Balance it out with your non-wrestling stuff is.
Yeah, well, that's why we said that we do the week, so it's not all wrestling, and then we can actually have a bit of a holiday of it as well. So we're not just going over filling our weekend with wrestling and then coming home. That we actually have a bit of time that we can go out and
wrestling's great, but
go to theatre, go for a bit of dinner, go a bit sightseeing. So we've two full days free, Thursday and Friday, before wrestling shows as well, where we'll try and make the most of them, you know. So
right, what do we have for this? Jeez, come on, dude.
It's a nice little dance. This your boy. Yeah, it is. Do you remember his WWE days? His bob would come out and his hair would just go.
Yeah.
You just see it throughout the match, and would end up out here just all the humidity, condensation. He said at the comedy show, and it didn't land with a few people, with a lot of the people. He says, I've just come out of a 19-year abusive relationship.
Okay.
And everyone was just like, oh, like, that's terrible and all. And like, he's like,
that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Pretty clear. Sure.
He had to explain it. Like, he's like, no, like, I was a wrestler for WWE for 19 years. Like,
yeah.
And then everyone was like, oh, yeah.
Was that just due to how drunk everybody was, or what?
I don't know. I don't know if they just didn't add 2 and 2. Or there was people in the crowd adding 2 and 2 and getting fish.
Yeah, that sounds pretty obvious, given that, yeah, and whatnot. Obviously, the brains trust were in attendance, as they say.
Then he ran through his list of like what he was on. So he's like WWE, Total Divas, Miz and Mrs. and like he just spouted out every reality show and everything that he did. Total Bellas, Total Divas, Miz and Mrs. Fucking name them all like.
For those, there's a few people still in the chat. We're on the main event here now. We're on 2 minutes nearly 33 of Nick Nemeth versus man like Dereiss. Dereiss is taking a fair bit of a schlecken from TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Triple A Mega Champion Nick Nemeth.
And we're at that bit in the match where we're down here and we're hitting the bottom and we're waiting for that to come back up. So those moments when they do come back up are the like that's when you're like, yes. I love how he tuned up the band on Saturday as well in the corner. And after the first stomp, we looked around and he was like, fuck you. And then he went back and continued tuning it. Very good spot. That was another thing with his comedy. Like he says, he's like, all this material is original. It's my own.
Yeah.
Unlike some other things that I've done in the past.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing enough out of the race here.
Yeah, just kind of following the lead here.
Yeah, I hope he gets a good few minutes now to kind of put himself over a bit, like.
Yeah.
Still has his chewing gum in his mouth, does he?
Probably does, yeah.
How can you fucking wrestle with chewing gum? Seen a post there yesterday about Cabaret wrestling with a cigarette in his mouth when someone was asking about moments. It was like Cabaret wrestling like 5 minutes of a match with a cigarette in his mouth the whole time. Coming off the top rope and shit like that. Cigarette in the mouth that like didn't move 1 inch. Love little stuff like that, like.
Yeah.
Like Nemeth's definitely keeping that chewing gum in his mouth to do the spit at a certain point in the match.
That's why he's not overexerting himself at the minute either.
Yeah. Right, here we go now. Show us what you can do. It's like this is a match for someone like Dereiss. This is a match that like you're hoping people are going to take note of because they see Nick Nemeth in a match in the UK, and you potentially might have some producers, agents, talent people looking at these types of matches. So from Dereiss's perspective, it's like, right, what can I do here to kind of stand out and show them that I'm worth investing in.
Spot on. 100%. But it's also showing, can I work a different type of style, I suppose, in his mind. Do you know what I mean?
But that's what we mean. Like, we've seen him fight from underneath. Now we've seen him taking the beating. Now what can you do on the flip side of it now? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Took that really well. Something her up.
Quick bump.
For the zigzag.
I'm gonna be quicker on that though.
If he had to come straight up and hit the
Yeah,
cutter
yeah.
like in one
I
fluid
think the
motion,
camera
like
angle does a disservice to
it
on
does,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
man. So
yeah.
there's still another 12 minutes of this. Sort of. What? Jesus, definition on this. It's ridiculous. Matthew McLean is sacked. Thanks, actually.
Presuming they're using 4K cameras, like.
Yeah.
But then it could also be the upload, so the previous shows might not have been uploaded in that definition, like, or 2K, 4K, whatever it's uploaded in, like. They might only been uploaded in 1080, like. Going for the 450. Oh, see you later, Tom. No one check on Tom. Fuck him. Got in the way. Shouldn't be in the way.
Here's something small for you, right? If you're in WWE or AEW, you can't have external brands on your boots or gear or whatever.
Yeah.
The way that Dereiss doesn't have his Adidas wrestling boots covered up would be a small gripe of mine. Even the way people have like Calvin Klein underwear, like fucking just have your own branded Dereiss underwear or something.
Yeah.
You want to get pedantic on small details that matter. He's going to use that golden belt.
Well, like when he's working the indies, like does it really matter?
Oh, I know. But like, I mean, it's details add up.
Yup. One, two,
beautiful.
3. Come on, Foxy. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not sure if you've heard the rumours, but like, and again, I don't know how much of it is just talk, but like, there are a few people saying that they think Dereiss is already like in contact with potentially TNA.
Well, I mean, yeah, like he's gone over. He's done camps all across America, be like Natty and TJ. He's done does GCW shows in America. He's one of the few guys who got an American visa that actually uses it. He's appeared on WWE pay-per-views. He's appeared on AEW All In, kind of skate member or whatever, security guard. So he's obviously going to be in the agenda or the radar pretty much every company.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of like once he appears on one show, then everybody will compete from then.
Yeah.
The thing I came out today about Thomas Billington signing with AEW, and he's good. Like he's not like world beater. He's very good, but like again, he's not fucking magic.
Yeah.
He appeared on AEW Collision. AEW offered him a contract the very next after his match straight away.
I think it's more just his work ethic and his commitment to stand out. Based on like all you have to do is look at his social media, and he's on the Lyrical Dragon tour, like.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
I'll just take one person to take a chance on him or do something. That's
But
all it
I was
takes.
having a conversation with someone there the other day, and I says even if something's not true, the more you say it, the more people will believe it.
Yeah.
So like if
Yeah,
he's on constantly on social media saying I'm the hardest working wrestler, I'm doing this, I'm traveling everywhere, I'm doing all these dates. There could be other wrestlers doing the same amount of dates
Yeah.
and not harping on about it.
Mm-hmm.
But who are they gonna listen to? They're obviously gonna listen to the person who keeps constantly beating that drum. Like,
Yeah.
he's done him here again.
On Tom.
So that's 2. Should have been 3 counts for him. Nemeth basically put him over there twice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Without him getting the win, like, which is huge. You could have been here watching it with us, like.
Mm-hmm. I hate English accents in commentary. It's just like that's 1,000 plus. It just sounds like you're trying to be a commentator rather than being authentic. It just feels forced and stuff at times, and people can't just differentiate the difference. Saw that on social media today.
That's it.
One of the things I hate in WWE TV, people do come off the top rope and just like kind of stand there like a goober waiting to be hit. Hands up like an axe handle or do something like just give away, like, I don't know, you're coming with a fist or a forearm.
Just coming down waiting for the hit, like.
Yeah. Oh, there you are. He's a wanted man. Well, there you are, Colin. That's the show.
Yeah, well, you need the I put you over, brother, handshake first.
Come on, hurry up.
You know yourself, like.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm gonna smash him with my belts, and then I'm gonna stick my hand out and shake your hand and tell you how well you did.
Very quiet, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not getting the microphone, put him over now. Alright, that's enough.
Yeah, I think he does after. Yeah. But yeah, that was Wolves. Yeah, solid enough show. I think it's exactly what we expected it to be. A lot less storyline than what the Dublin show was. More matches. that didn't have a hell of a lot of build going into them.
There's Robert Orr, gold in the background.
Big, solid enough card. But yeah, like I think we are missing that emphasis on the why are these matches happening?
Yeah,
what are we expecting out of it? What's to come from it? You know, that kind of stuff. So,
again, I think there's an element of like, because like people who went to the Dublin show on the Saturday, 2,200, not all of them are following OTT stories intimately. I think it's a different audience who seem to be more invested and more up for it than what seems to be here at the Wolves show, despite being a sellout. So, Dublin crowds are better, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, like it's no lie that we're known for being better cracking anyway. Like so.
Yeah.
There's that, but yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing a watch along of Dublin or Belfast. I don't know. Maybe yourself and Jerry might do a Belfast one.
Well, I won't be down. We can do a review or something at a later point.
Yeah, we will be doing an all round review of the overall weekend after Belfast comes out and Mark and Jerry get a chance to have a look at it.
Yeah.
So probably the back end of this week or the start of next week, before we all head off to Cardiff and London. But yeah, if you're still sticking around, thanks very much for joining us. For people who came in, joined in the chat, very much appreciated. Obviously we were a bit later today, and like these things are probably better off done evenings on the weekend. But just obviously it is the way things were with other shows dropping, so we wanted to get it done as best as we could. So yeah, thanks for sticking around, thanks for joining in. It's very much appreciated, and we'll see you on the next one.